Damn pop-ups.
Is this thing even working? Are you even logged into the right one?
No. No, but we're live. We're as live as we're gonna get.
We're live now?
But are we live on Mixler?
Yes,
Oh,
we're
okay.
live on Mixler.
Hello, everyone.
We're live!
Hello, how's it going?
Do it live!
Well,
Do it now.
before we get into this, I just want to say that, humbly, this will be the last episode straight out of Austin.
Humbly.
In 2013! Oh, I got you guys!
Yeah, you got us. We got it good.
Psych.
That's right. I know I broke a lot of hearts there.
We got
Yeah.
feedback.
As per
up.
usual, this is Louise. Louise like, oh no,
Sorry.
my heart. Well,
Sorry.
for this episode, we have a whole posse with us. We're rolling 5 deep. We got Prometheus.
5 dudes, 4 mics. Let's do this. It's Bobby Beetle.
Fuzzy Slippers.
Agamemnon.
And Dr. Bacon.
Returning
Hey.
after episode 60-something, but I don't know because I didn't check before the episode.
63.
Because we're lazy.
Was it 60? Close enough. We'll go with 63.
To the big 69.
Oh, yeah. Luis says sounds kinky. He said
I didn't want to say that number in a room full of guys.
Well, we already talked about having an orgy with the pizza guy, so it's a little.
He was cute. No,
he did have a nice butt.
anyone can take that. He was talking with the pizza guy about us having an orgy.
Oh, there was no talking involved. It's
Not having an orgy with the
said,
pizza guy. I would never have an orgy with the pizza guy.
Don't ruin this.
It's strictly pool boys only.
Yeah.
Cabana boy, dance.
Oh, man.
I don't get it.
So I don't know if you guys saw The Hobbit. I know 3 of us did. Confirmed.
I have not seen it.
Oh,
You
what about you?
son of a bitch.
All right. Well, that's what I kind of anticipated, but that's our first topic, The Hobbit, where we're gonna spoil everything.
Although I can say this. I saw a funny little meme today where Martin Freeman talks about it.
Oh yeah.
Talks about, and I will spoil. He talks about how he gets his revenge on Smaug. It's like, yeah, I outlived the guy. And the guy interviewing him gave him a look like, you just spoiled it. He goes, the book is 75 years old.
I was reading that interview because I think it was the same interview that caused some controversy because he made a rapey joke.
What's wrong with a good rapey joke? I mean, if it's
I
a
don't
funny
know.
rapey joke, there shouldn't be any controversy.
Okay, just to touch on that. Okay, so the Mary Sue pointed that out, and they berated him. It was like he was kind of making a joke, and
What
he
was the comment?
I don't remember, but I'll look
I
it up.
kind of do.
Okay, you say it.
It had something to do, they asked him, if he was a hobbit, I think what kind of people he would date or something like that, and he was like, oh yeah, I would totally date an elvish woman. He's like, maybe slip a little something in her drink, that kind of stuff, and so,
Yeah.
Come on.
But they made
take her home for the evening.
Yeah,
With
nibble on her ears.
Yeah, nibble on her ears, implying that, yeah, we're gonna do it tonight, and she may or may not have made a conscious choice.
Put my
about
arrow
it.
in her quiver.
Yeah,
Well, with how the elves treat the hobbits,
strung her bow up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically the whole thing was so the Mary Sue made a big deal about it. And because they were very feminist leaning. But then they had another article and it was about how Amazon was banning monster porn. Basically people write these eroticas, but it's someone will be having sex with a minotaur or whatever, or Bigfoot. And so they banned those. But one of them was actually it's some of the stories are even unconsensual sex, and the writer was promoting. He's cause someone had left a comment. You're giving the thumbs up for this type of thing. It's I don't want to say anything bad about somebody else's kinks. I was okay, but this is someone having a rape fantasy versus someone making a rape joke. It's I think that's probably worse because that's people getting off on it, as opposed to okay, let's make light of it. Obviously, it's a serious thing, but I think one is
Martin Freeman made light of it in a conversation as opposed to this guy sitting down and thinking, how can I best rape a minotaur?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, actually, it'd be
Can
the
I rape a
Minotaur raping
Minotaur?
a woman, which is even worse.
I don't know about that.
Some say I'm a minotaur in the bed.
Yeah.
That's the wrong animal, right?
That's a centaur, actually.
No, the minotaur is a fuzzy, so he dresses up like a horse.
We'll go back to the orgy. Louis says that sounds kinky. I guess having sex with the pizza guy. He says there's no crying in baseball. There's no talking in an orgy.
There's no sword crossing either.
No,
sir.
You can't trust streams. But I was just going to say about The Hobbit, it's not really a spoiler. I mean, you really can't spoil The Hobbit.
No.
It's like, there's going to be a bunch of dwarves, there's a Hobbit, Gandalf is going to be a badass, the elves are going to go in there and wreck shop, and the dwarves are going to be fucking useless.
If you don't know that the Titanic is going to sink at the end of the movie, you shouldn't be listening to this
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh my
Things
god,
we're
it
gonna
sinks!
say.
I thought it busted like a Tokyo drift around the iceberg. I was like, oh shit. But I don't know, like the thing, I actually liked it a lot better than the first one. I didn't care for the first one all that much. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but I had no desire to see it again. But this one, like, the dwarves were somewhat more useful. Like, literally, Gandalf did all the work in the first one. It's like, we're in trouble. Gandalf's like, Psst, I got this. I know there's like 15 of y'all, but I got this.
Yeah.
And then in this one, it's just like, oh, they're actually capable of defending themselves. Yeah. But even though still, like, Bilbo, being even smaller than them, still was, like, the better fighter. I thought was funny. And he's not even a warrior. He's just, like, sits at home and eats a lot of food or whatever.
Oh, did they cut the training montage that was in the book?
Yeah. He was training with Rocky.
They just summed it all up. He was like, I found something.
He just
found my courage.
He just woke up one day. I know kung fu. Gandalf's like, show me.
Bilbo Baggins.
We're gonna need
Show
swords.
me.
Lots of
swords.
So I guess since you guys didn't see it, instead we'll do like, what do you expect from it?
I expect Smaug to die.
Smaug.
I've read enough. I don't really care to really delve into what I expect because Peter Jackson, yeah, he's splitting it into 3 movies. People have problems with that. I don't. I can see the whole point of like, it's a long book. Let's focus on exposition here so we can get to the action in the second one and have the resolution in the third one. So I'm expecting a lot of action, and with this whole controversy of what's her nuts from Lost, the addition of her
Her
character.
name's Tariel.
Tariel. Apparently, the higher ups, the people with the money who tell Peter Jackson what to do, they were like, "There's too much of a bromance. Put a chick in there."
Yeah. Well,
So
then
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. On top of that, like, okay, so before she like signed on, she had like one stipulation, like, all right, I'll do this movie.
Yeah, I read that.
But no love triangle. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm Lost. That was her whole thing, was being the bane of Jack and Sawyer's existence.
What did they do?
And then so they filmed it. They filmed the whole movie, and they're like, so we're gonna need you to come in for these reshoots.
Still looks like a bromance.
Yeah,
We're gonna need to put you in a love triangle.
we're gonna need a love triangle. And she's just like, you son of a bitch!
Yeah.
But you're paying me, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. But this is better than Lost Paper.
yeah, right. But that was the only thing I really want to say about it.
The ending makes sense.
To be fair, it's so downplayed that it's a triangle for all intents and purposes.
Are we talking about Lost or Hobbit?
No, he said makes sense.
We're done with
So
Lost in this
obviously-
podcast for the foreseeable future.
I don't know.
For the foreseeable future.
I don't know.
Future?
It's in.
I can see pretty
No,
far.
not you two. Not you two. Don't make fun of me.
It's okay. I do it all the time, man. People call me out.
Go on.
Anyways, it's a triangle for all intents and purposes, but they play it up to more where it's Tariel and Killy may or may not, have a spark, a flame there. So it's not really a big deal to me. And then just Orlando Bloom. What the hell's his name again? Legolas.
Orlando Bloom.
Kind of being jealous,
Legolas.
but they've already put the thing like where his dad, who's like the Wood Elf King, he was just like, yeah, I'll never let you guys get married. So
She's
don't
a
even worry about
commoner.
it. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to me, my beef with it felt so forced. It's like she looked at him and she was like in love. She's like, oh, he's cute for a dwarf.
Yeah.
Now I'm so in love with him. Like, it literally.
Well, to be fair, I forget his name, but he was
a good-looking
Mitchell.
dwarf.
He was Mitchell from Being Human. You
I love the silence.
the BBC version of Being Human.
Which one was it?
It's a BBC
show.
He was Mitchell. He was the vampire. In the
Oh,
first,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he seduced her with his
My
fangs,
wife
is
was
what
like
you're saying.
in love with that
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
That show
I
was awesome,
too.
and then it kind of
Was-
got a little messed up.
I
didn't like the
didn't
ending.
watch it past the 3rd season, but the first 2 seasons were incredible.
You should keep going. It's a BBC show.
Talking
Sorry for
about
lost
Killy
it.
from being the dark-haired dwarf being from a BBC show, and him
Yeah.
being
Yeah, he's a vampire in
understandably
another
dreamy.
show. It's
Well,
a
just
show
for
called
people
Being
that-
Human, where a vampire, a ghost, and a werewolf live together.
Sounds like a good beginning to a
It
joke.
sounds like a bad TBS sitcom, but it's not. It's pretty good.
It's
What happens when a ghost, a vampire, and
the
a werewolf
the American
get
version on
together?
Sci-Fi was.
It sucked. It sucked.
It got a little better, but like in terms of like hey, this is a great show for sci-fi.
Yeah.
No, in terms of like a great show altogether, no. But on sci-fi, it's a good show.
For real channels, it'd be terrible.
It'd
but
be
for
horrible.
sci-fi,
Yeah.
this is Golden Globe.
They did come up with Sharknado.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there you go. That is true. That did raise the bar for sci-fi.
They're doing. They're.
No,
I can't
I'd
believe this
say
is real. Someone.
gave
I thought
terrible-
it was a joke, but they're really doing it. Something like, eel avalanche or piranha
Oh my
avalanche.
god!
It's some kind of
eel
animal like that, but in an avalanche.
I want to see Kano. We're just like instead of lava, bees shoot at them. They're on fire. And they start stinging people and
That
burning
movie
them.
already happened. It's called The Happening.
How about a bear
I never saw
nami?
it. What a twist, though.
A bear nami.
Bear Nami.
They're like surfing on the waves. I don't know why sci-fi didn't hire us, because we could come up with
Yeah.
we could just make like a whole like year's worth of these like, ridiculous movies, and they would do bananas, and literally they would pay them in bananas.
They would do
and
bananas.
go bankrupt.
Octopocalypse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
I like it.
But to go back to my point,
Is that a Raptor redemption?
no, not yet. But I don't know. I still felt like it just felt so. It's like I don't know if I was just biased because I read that article before I saw the movie. So like automatically I'm like, this really does look like it was just shot and put in there like afterwards. So I don't know. I mean, it didn't take away from the movie. It's just like this is unnecessary and lame.
You notice that Legolas has like crazy blue eyes in that movie?
Oh my god!
It's like they somehow made his
so
eyes go
dreamy.
It
from
was like
brown
looking
to
into
blue.
the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, are they brown in the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Maybe like because I'm guessing your character dies in the third one since she's not really a character for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe then his eyes
be
then
fair-
turn brown.
Well, she might marry the dwarf
I
guy
think
and then
there's-
go off and live.
Neither is
Yeah, I
Kate
think
Blanchett's character, though.
Yeah.
She survived throughout the whole series.
And Legolas isn't even in the original trilogy, or the original book, which
No.
became a movie trilogy.
Well, maybe they all die then, and it just goes out of continuity.
And they're all clones.
Oh
they're,
my god!
They're just gonna redo Lord of the Rings
And then
trilogy,
Peter-
and they're just gonna put her in. Like George Lucas is gonna come in and just put her in extra scenes and shit.
And then Peter Jackson wakes up. He was like, "It was all a dream."
He's in bed with Lucas. Shut up. Go back to bed.
Yeah, go back to bed, sweetie.
Shut up. Shut up and shut off the green screen.
I've not seen a single movie.
Of what?
Ever?
Of Lord, you never seen Lord of the Rings?
Wow.
Ever!
Oh, you saw Dewey
Oh
Cox,
my
and that was
God.
great.
Of the Lord of the Rings franchise, including The Hobbit.
Really?
What?
Yeah, no, I have never.
Get out of here!
So from the
Get out!
So Bobby Beetle, go ahead and tell him the story from start to finish, so we can catch him up.
So all started with the Hobbit named Bilbo.
3 weeks
Do
later.
it with an accent.
Huh?
Yeah, do it with an accent.
So nah, fuck that.
I was getting all high. Like,
So
oh,
the-
he's gonna do it.
The land of Middle Earth.
So what do you think about the
I'm
second Hobbit
old.
movie about Desolation of Smaug?
Smaug.
They wrote Thor and
That's my boy.
they wrote Thor and Oakenshield like kinda
Okay,
like a
I had
bitch.
to
Oh,
look it
he
up
was-
because it was bugging me. I think the title of that other movie is just Avalanche Sharks.
Avalanche,
Avalanche
just
Sharks.
straight up.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
not
so
even clever.
uninspired.
Oh, but look at this picture I found on my phone.
Octopocalypse.
Oh my god!
It's a picture of a shark coming out of the snow and biting a skier.
I like
Nice.
Eel Avalanche better.
I have a feeling
That's a
the
different movie.
I have a feeling that's
I
why
know, but
Samuel
it sounds
Jackson's
cool.
gonna die. It's gonna be the same shark from Deep Blue Sea. Damn it! I can't even go skiing.
Anyways.
Jaws' son looking for revenge.
yeah, right. You killed my pa. He told me to avenge him.
Oh, but what I was saying is just one problem I had with the movie is that they wrote Thor and Oakenshield, the king of the king under the mountain for the dwarves. They wrote him kind of like very incompetent. Like he wasn't very king material like in any aspect of who you would think a king to be.
See,
he wasn't in control of his men.
And-
Bilbo basically was.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he took
yeah.
everybody else's
wow.
advice. He didn't. He gave up really easily. Like just to make like a. It was basically just to make the movie like, oh, they ran out of options. So like he literally. His first option when something doesn't work is he gives up, like more than a couple of times in the movie.
Like
Yeah, he just
dwarves are known to do.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
straight up just
exact-
take his ball and go home. Like, oh shucks.
It's just that as the king, like
Yeah,
as the king, like he was written a little bit better as far as like actually like inspiring them and things like that. But like if he gave up, like the whole crew gave up, it was up to Bilbo to like drag all the dwarves back and stuff. Which
Yeah.
Bilbo's a great part. It's just that wish the king was a little bit competent.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
to
in
be
the
fair,
first
dwarves
one,
kind of suck.
in the first one, when the old dwarf, what the hell's his name?
I don't know. I call him Herschel. 'cause he's
Oh,
like the
it's,
wise sage.
It's glowing. I think it's
Glowing.
Yeah,
Glow in
glowing.
the dark?
Yeah,
Glowing.
glow in the dark.
His
He's
beard
telling
glows in the
Bilbo
dark.
the story, and all the other dwarves are listening because they've never heard the story either. And it was after they were kicked out of Erebor and they went to Moria, to take it over from the orcs.
dragon. Oh.
So they get into
That was close.
a huge battle, and the king dies, and everyone starts retreating, and then Thorin, he's about to get killed by what's that? The main orc's name, the desolate one.
Yeah, I forget.
I forget it. The Defiler, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh,
Azog.
Azog, yeah.
Yeah.
He's about to get killed by him, and then he gets that piece of that oak log, and that's why he gets
Oaken
where he gets
shield,
Oaken
yeah.
shield from. And so he starts using it as a shield. And he fights him back, and then he slices his forearm off, like Silva style. Just pops off, breaks in half. And so they assume he dies, but there's like that whole badass battle, and then like they all the dwarves push forward and start defeating the orcs. And then he was glowing. He's like, ever since then, I saw my king and vowed to follow him anywhere.
For life.
And then all the other like Killy, Philly, and Annoying, Glowing, all those other guys,
Oh,
they're all like, wow.
Billy,
And then they look
Sally,
at Thorin, and Thorin is
puppets.
acting like he didn't hear the whole story.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, like acknowledges that he heard the story, like, a little bit full of himself.
Yeah.
But then right after that, like at the end of the first movie, he goes like they're about to fall off the tree and shit, off the cliff, and Thorin grabs that. It's like the same thing. Sees that oak log, and he picks it up. And he starts attacking. Completely gets owned by the Defiler.
Yeah.
And then he gets saved by Bilbo, who at that point had never picked up a sword other than to like fight off.
To chop like
What's his name?
Just that montage,
Precious.
man.
He tried to fight Precious off, but he never used it against him anyways.
Beating Precious off.
yeah.
Precious montage.
He was beating off the big girl Precious from that movie.
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
There you go.
Oh my
There you go.
god!
You can get it on Amazon.com.
Holy shit!
No, they're taking that stuff off, aren't they?
Yeah, but then Bilbo saves him, and then the eagles show up and start owning up everybody, and then Thorin like looks at Bilbo, and he's just like he probably wanted to say like "fuck you," and then he just passes out.
You're a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I had a
Well,
Alright.
it just showed like
I
how
was saved
incompetent
by a
he
giant
was.
eagle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, Grandpa, you're smoking way too much.
It's like I'm flying.
Smoke so much he can smoke sailboats. When he blows out the... That's some good. That's the finest weed. and all of it in there.
purple hills in the distance.
All the purple hills. I think it was the Eminem song. Purple hills.
It was a slight reference. Anyways, Hobbit 2 was great. We'll review it on the next episode when we don't have people who haven't seen the
On the next
movies
episode.
on the
Oh,
podcast.
so you can chill
Unless you have
for the
seen it
next
at that
episode.
point.
I'll just 4 movies behind.
We'll invite you back.
That doesn't matter to me.
Hey, that only means marathon.
Oh god, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, with the director's cut.
What do you mean you can't imagine? That's an incredible day, is it not, Bobby?
It's an incredible day. Yeah.
Incredibly long
The whole
day.
Yes, it is a day.
But it will be an incredible one.
I think I'll watch up until Sean Bean
What?
says the stories.
Blasphemy.
Your mom's
I
blessed.
mean, I'm down.
Your mom's blasphemy. My mom
She
made
is.
tamales. You
They're
know what?
quite
She made
delicious.
these chocolate cake balls.
Yeah, and I noticed you offered me none.
Now you're getting
Oh!
booyah.
Right at the raptor.
Right in the snout.
Yeah, fuck you. See, Luis is with me.
All right, well.
Favoriting.
Oh, you favored the wrong one.
Damn it, Prometheus.
Favorited me. Oh, cock block. But
Whatever.
anyway, moving on. Unless anyone has any other Hobbit-related comments.
Evangeline Lilly was actually pretty hot.
Yes.
Was?
redhead?
I mean, she's hot anyway.
Well, that's
She's a redhead in this movie?
Yeah.
She's
I
the
need to go
only.
see it now.
She's the only
Yeah.
brunette-colored.
Yeah, let me say one thing. Like,
I'm creepy.
she got on my nerves so much and lost as Freckles that I just like didn't like her. I don't want to see her in anything. And then like I saw her in the movie. I was just like, man, she's hot and she was good and she was enjoyable in this movie. So I have no problems with her anymore.
That's just a testament of how good of an actress she is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you hate
yeah.
her because like Hibiki does that all the time when she watches a show. Oh, I hate that motherfucker, and then when they're in another show, I hate that person. Like, oh, well, they're actually really good. I like them as an actor now.
I call that the Hugh Jackman effect. As he affected
You're the only person that has a huge problem with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
That's right, bub.
Ben Affleck be able to pull that off though.
Oh,
You
God.
can't pull acting off.
why?
I'm not saying anything because I see that's not on your list here, so I'm not.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Jump in.
I'm looking forward to it. I was against it at first, but I'm being sold on the concept Because, a lot of people have made this point in the past. Look at all the arguments for Heath Ledger when they announced him as the Joker. And I was anti-Heath Ledger the entire time. I was 100% against him until I saw him in that movie.
The only thing is that I'm all for that. I would love to be proven wrong, but it still stands. Like I might have been against Heath Ledger at the time because it's odd. It's an odd casting choice. I'm going to be the same with Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck I don't think has really acted in a really good in a movie before. He seems like Kevin Costner, where he has the same monotonous voice.
You are my son.
Anyways, I will
fit in perfectly then.
I want the movie to be really good. I want him to prove me wrong. It's just my mindset for it is I don't approve of it.
Have you seen Argo?
I've seen Argo. But he was Ben Affleck in
He
that
just
movie.
does this.
I liked him in
He
it.
kind of was Ben Affleck in that movie, but he was badass.
But it was
just like a very stoic Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
very
that's all he
good.
does. He
And
just-
I might get some backlash for this. It's Daredevil. It was a crap movie, but I thought he did a good job for what he had.
The only good person.
Ben Affleck is monotonous and stoic, so when he fits in a movie that he's supposed to be like that, then he comes off looking like a good actor.
Or a bully. He does
Or a
bully
bully.
really good.
Yeah, we were saying that he would be good if he just
He was getting Man About Town. I
So
really
Batman
enjoyed
isn't stoic?
That's exactly.
He's not
He's
monotonous?
older Batman.
Batman has
Look at him right there.
Let me say, Batman is only half of the character. The other half is Bruce Wayne. And if he can come out smart and playboyish and... I
You know what's another word for
He's
playboys?
Ben Affleck.
Bullies.
Ben Affleck? Hey guys, what's going on?
Ben
I'm
Affleck.
here. I was going to say, I want him to prove me wrong.
bullies,
I just
when
don't
they're
have
talking to women,
confidence
it's
in him.
like, hey, I like that skirt. Look better on my bedroom floor.
And that line works every time.
Yeah.
You rehearsed that.
In my head, yeah, it took a while.
But
Either way, I'm kind of on the same stance with you. I'm instead of hoping to be proven wrong, I'm looking forward to being proven wrong.
We both want the movie to be good.
I know he can be good. I don't think he is good. I think he needs the right director.
Okay.
And a lot of people hate Zack Snyder, but I like the work he's done.
Yeah.
So I think
Sucker
Zack,
Punch.
especially after seeing what he did with Superman or Man of Steel, I think there's the potential of him getting the right feel.
Really, really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
just really. Yeah, I agree. I'm not against Zack Snyder. I've never seen Sucker. He made Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
I've never seen
I
that.
didn't like
No
Sucker
one
Punch.
saw it.
I've never seen
I
it.
didn't.
No one
I
saw
saw
it.
it and I didn't like it.
You don't
saw
like it?
about
Everybody's gonna have a
30%.
bad movie though.
Yeah.
And
Some
you
have
only
a
get
bunch
one.
of bad movies. But on that topic, Gal Gadot, what do you guys think of her?
Awful.
Actually, that's another topic. Let me get into that.
I'd like to try.
I've only seen her in Fast Five.
No, I was kidding.
I've only seen her in Fast Five, Jose. Which
I
was-
have not seen her act at all.
I've only seen her in that.
I don't know if
I
I
wanna
don't
look
know if
it
you can
up.
call what she does.
Fast Five was an enjoyable movie,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't say you wouldn't be huge actors into.
I don't know if she can act, so I can't say anything on that. But one of the many arguments
Neo?
against her, which I don't agree with, a lot of people saying Linda Carter. She's no Linda Carter. She's not the right Wonder Woman. Why can't we bring someone like Linda Carter? And they keep talking about how thin she is. I'm like, did you guys see Linda Carter? She was thin too. She was
Not
busty,
only that-
but she was thin just like Gal
Well,
Gadot.
not only that, but you got to think of the time period that was in and the kind of people involved, which is kind of the same people who are just like, oh, we wouldn't need a sexy lady on there to spin slow and make it look fast. You know, it's like
I don't even.
that's what it was.
Better practice with the
Wonder
hula.
Woman wasn't a
Back
great
with the vacuum
show. It
cleaner.
wasn't great. It was just like, hey, this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think you guys saw my dream casting of Justice League. I still think Ava Green would be a great Wonder Woman, but I want to see what Gal Gadot's gonna pull out. I might maybe pull out her movie.
I keep
But
forgetting her
I
damn name.
think I need to go and watch Fast Furious movies now. I really want to see her acting because
I keep
a lot of people
forgetting her
don't seem to
name.
like it.
There's actually not much acting on her part in that. And
Well, has she done anything else other than the Fast and Furious
I
movies?
think that's all anybody knows her.
That's the
from.
only thing
Yeah.
there's it's not like there's no machinist movie out there that it's like some secret good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
she
just
got-
like
she can act.
it's like
got really
Christian
thin for
Bale's
that
like,
movie.
oh, who's this guy? It's like, well, let's go check. Oh, American Psycho. Yeah, a lot of people like that. Little Freak. Oh, the machine. Oh my God, this is incredible in this movie. You know,
That guy needs a sandwich.
she has no movie like that. They're just Fast 5 and Fast 6.
Oh, I thought she was in all of them.
No, she's just in
no.
those
Oh,
two.
Yeah, she just came.
Because I
in,
remember
at
seeing the
tail
first
end.
one. That explains why I don't remember her at all.
No,
And
that's-
she's
that's-
only
that's how
memorable in the
memorable she
fifth one
was.
for shaking her tail feather and then getting her ass spanked.
She has feathers?
Well, her tail feather.
She should probably play Hot Girl. That actually seems like
There you
more appropriate
go.
casting.
Word around town is she can whoop some ass though.
Yeah, Israeli
Yeah.
soldier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
And
Yeah.
people talk about she didn't really serve. Blah, blah, have you seen their training? They
they're
do some serious.
Well, the thing
stuff.
is, if I'm not mistaken, you have to do 2 years mandatory anyway. Not to take that away from her, but yeah. There you go. I'll just throw that out there. It's mandatory. It's not like it was it's a constant. Hey, you know what? I'm going to join the military. She did it, and I commend her for it. But it wasn't something that was just like, hey, It's not like a Pat Tillman thing where it's like, hey, I'm making the choice. I'm going to serve my country and drop all this money and go and do this thing.
I think the point was that she knows how to throw some bows.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Well, okay, just to respond to that, because she was doing an interview, and they were asking her about, like...
Oh, yeah,
they're like, are you going to put on some weight, eat some carbs? And she's just like... she said she's already started the physical preparation. She said she's going to be training in Kung Fu, kickboxing, swords, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian, which I'm guessing is Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and Ben Affleck went into training as soon as he got cast.
Yeah, so she kind of was really pretty dismissive. She's like, "I'm gonna train bros, all right. I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna.
Well, it's
gonna
be
get yoked up,
it's
and
not
I'm
gonna
gonna
be like the real sports. It's always like the movie versions. Like when Keanu Reeves was like, "Yeah, I did Kung Fu." It was like, "Yeah, you did movie Kung Fu."
Hey, I saw The Matrix. He did some damn good Kung Fu, sir.
Some damn good movie Kung Fu. Yeah,
he did some. Dude, he could. It was great. All right.
He can
great Kung Fu master.
He can throw a punch and make it look like it hurts. I totally agree.
You didn't know that Lawrence Fishburne broke 5 ribs trying to throw down Keanu Reeves?
He broke 5 ribs eating McRibs.
Well, whatever it takes. He was pretty chubby in Man of Steel, so maybe he hasn't recovered.
He was kind of chubby in The Matrix too,
but not compared to Man of Steel. Like he looked like he ballooned.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they had the.
I think it was just.
Lawrence, I'm telling you right now, Lawrence.
Keanu Reeves like, where was he in Man of Steel?
He was just like in the background. Whoa, he can fly.
That's
my move.
He was Perry.
See, what's the actress's name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. Because I thought about the same thing. I think we all talked about it because like her being
when
too
Kelly
skinny
was
for the part.
Yeah.
But like we didn't think about that for
Kelly
too long
Miller.
because actors all the time. I think Gary said this, but they gain weight and lose weight all the time for roles. She's working out. She's learning the stuff. She's gonna bulk up just learning kung fu and Brazilian.
But that's not even my
stuff.
concern. Like you learn whatever movie crap you want. I don't even need a list. Just like I'm gonna go learn movie jujitsu. Great, go do it. Learn how to act first, though.
Oh, damn!
I agree.
Hey, did you like The Matrix?
The first one, yeah. Well, I actually liked all
so you're
three.
Saying Keanu Reeves
I saw the
can
2 of
act?
them. For that movie,
that was a good.
He looked pretty blown away when he figured out that he could do
He's
kung
still working
fu.
on it.
When he figured out he could do kung fu, I believed it.
But you were just arguing about it being movie kung fu.
Dr. Bacon has a prescription.
See, okay, there's a perfect example of.
You know what? When you give half of your paycheck to the rest of the cast for the movie,
to orphans with diseases.
Yeah. Then talk to me, okay? He's a very generous man.
Did Robert Downey Jr. do that?
I'm saving myself.
If you ever see the The Matrix 2, Matrix Reloaded, the Chateau scene where he's fighting the vampires, that whole scene. Well, another thing is,
I believed it when he stopped the bullets. I was like,
"No,
that's
everything."
Keanu.
I like you would have to.
Everything after that, there's a couple wirework stuff where he like jumps from the bottom floor to the top floor.
Yeah.
But all the hand-to-hand fighting, that's all like perfectly choreographed and like really long shots and stuff like that. And the thing is that like if you watch like their face and everything that they're doing when they're doing all these hits and like having all this shit memorized, like, it does not look easy.
Yeah.
To get all this stuff, like you can literally.
It's like dancing.
If you just look at Keanu Reeves' face the whole time, he's like boom, 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 boom. He's got like 5 different things going on at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
And I just like. I really love that. Like, I don't like Matrix Reloaded. I really love that fight scene because it shows like the dedication, not just of Keanu Reeves, but of everybody involved in that scene.
Yeah.
I really thought that scene was just one of the best scenes of the Matrix in general.
I think the French tickler guy was my favorite part about it.
It's like wiping your ass with silk.
Yeah.
But on the topic of movie kung fu, to be fair though, what Jackie Chan and Jet Li do are both movie kung fu.
I agree. They went to school for that.
Yeah, but okay, look at someone like Zhang Zi, because he said it's like dancing. Well, she was a dancer, but her fight scenes look awesome. Yeah. I mean, if all she's doing, but you're being dismissive that she's going to learn movie kung fu, but that's exactly
well,
what she needs to
here's
learn.
my beef, is that she's saying that she's going to learn all these legit fighting sports.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's not really the case. And I don't even care that you have this laundry list of like stuff you're going to learn, because you really only need like 2. And especially depending on the capacity of how it's going to be in the movie. And if you're going to learn all this stuff, just to have a cameo role at the end of the movie, and then we got to wait for like the Justice League proper.
I don't know if she's
actually come
training
into
for
play.
the sake of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a black belt in this, or
No, it didn't
whatever.
have to do with
I
black
think it's
belt.
more of training of like, I want to get a basic grasp of the language of this art style, so
Okay.
when we get to choreographing the bit for the movie,
Well, I'll say this
they
much.
can say do this, and I'll know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It took me 3 months just to learn how to do a proper armbar, and maybe that's just because I'm slow.
So the thing is, it'll be faster
Yeah.
for her because they're basically gonna teach her the basics of how to do it, and basically
Yeah.
just have her
And that
make it
was-
look
yeah.
realistic as
For
possible.
me, that was-
private lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And,
then you
you're,
got the personal
and
trainer.
when you've got that kind of money backing you up, you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about going to work.
And she's a better actor.
I can
than
only
he
do it.
is.
Say that again. I didn't pick it up.
She's a better actor than Jay.
She just pays them to tap out.
I don't know,
anyway.
man. She hadn't seen me think on the toilet, so
Everyone has.
you're
We
not
do a
supposed to
theater
know.
near you. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, because I'm very biased. When she mentioned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'm like, all right, you got me sold.
Hey, at least she's not learning capoeira.
But you know,
Yes.
for
Maybe
me,
she did. It's perfect
but
for
for
cinema.
movies, that actually would be beautiful.
From sitting.
I really don't. I don't think too much about the fighting and stuff. I really think she needs to look the part because not just saying like, oh, she needs to look like one woman. This woman needs to look like this woman.
Yeah.
But she's an Amazon. I think she needs to be a pretty big woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least bulk up.
big
Not be
woman.
so.
She needs a boob.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
this is what I was trying to say. Like
What's
the
up?
last
She needs a
15,
boob cut
20
off.
minutes.
Yeah, she even mentioned that in the interview.
I got 2 points to make. Let me make my first point, and then I'll come back to that boob thing.
Actually, I want to come back to that.
Okay, like my first point, like I've been trying to get this out for a while and just find a perfect spot, but there isn't. I keep forgetting the actress's name, but
Gina
she plays
Carano?
Brienne of Tarth. That's who I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
for Wonder Woman. Say what you will about her looks or whatever, but
She's
to me,
beautiful.
yeah, I think she's gorgeous.
She's from
But
Sapphire Island.
Yeah.
shut up, just shut up. Let me talk first. I thought she would be a perfect Wonder Woman. You know, she has
Yeah.
that charisma. She has this. Man, I don't even know the words, but I think
I
she
think
would
she'd
be
make a
perfect.
better Big Barda.
Yeah, but then you're just downplaying the prettiness. Well, I don't know if you are, but a lot of I think from an outsider.
No, and in terms
perspective-
of build, I think Big Barda's bigger.
yeah,
than
I mean,
Wonder
but Wonder Woman's supposed to be like what over 6'5", anyways. And Big Barda's probably like 7 foot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How tall was Tom Hardy when he played Bane? And
5'7". He was on his tippy toes though.
Yeah, he's on
That
that
Yeah,
counts.
Wolverine is supposed to be what, 5 foot?
Yeah,
How tall is Hugh
yeah, he's supposed to be
Jackman?
he's like the cheetah.
5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like
Well,
5'2".
Movie magic, bro.
No, okay, but that's another
There's
thing.
movie kung fu and there's movie heights.
That's another
Those on
thing.
stilts.
Like, okay, there's movie magic. If you go back to like old Humphrey Bogart movies, Humphrey Bogart's like 5'8", and he was standing along screen with people like Rita Hayworth and stuff who were taller than he was. So what they would do was have
Apple
them
box.
Yeah, the apple box. Or they would have like a sunken part on the floor to
Right.
where they would stand in, so that he would look just naturally on
Taller,
height
a
with
little bit.
everyone else. And
Yeah,
she
yeah,
would-
yeah.
Well, not him taller, but her shorter than everyone
Right,
else
right.
because she dwarfs or some of them, not just Rita Hayworth specifically, but they'd make
Yeah,
the rest of the
yeah.
cast
Get
look
smart.
small. Yeah.
Tom
exactly.
Cruise.
Well, Tom Cruise just doesn't give a damn.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise
yeah.
is Tom
Tom
Cruise.
Cruise is
He's
No,
like,
you know who does
get
give a
their
damn?
soapbox out. That's Tinder.
You know who does give a damn and it's
Yeah.
annoying? Chuck Norris. I had a friend of mine who was up for a villain role for one of the episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger,
Oh wow!
and Chuck Norris said no because he was taller than him.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chuck, if you go back and watch it, no main villains are taller than Chuck Norris in the
Wow.
series.
You know, it's funny
Wow.
that you mentioned that because, it just kind of showing Chuck Norris is like more of a diva.
Yeah.
Well, the jerk, but like more like a diva, I would say.
I respect him though.
Yeah,
case you're listening
because
to
you
this.
love divas, you hate jerks. So, but it was when I did the action movie summer watching pleasure thing last year.
Yeah.
and I put Lone Wolf McQuaid as one of the.
Uh-huh.
Stop it! He's over here fake masturbating
There's nothing fake about it.
in or around my pants. Anyways, somebody
Mark.
corrected me because I put a thing in there about David Carradine complaining about Chuck Norris kicking him too hard, and I was like, "That's how awesome Chuck Norris is." And then
Yeah.
some guy like fact checked me. I left it the way it was, but I'd probably put like a little edit on the
I don't
bottom.
need
But
facts.
it's so old and nobody probably reads it. But anyways, yeah, it was the other way around to where David Carradine was kicking Chuck Norris too hard, and he bitched about it. And he he threatened. It's on IMDb. You can check the fun facts thing. But like he complained about it and was like he had to get people to tell David Carradine like, hey, you need to. He's bitching. He's pretty puffy right now. So stop, please.
Do the movie Kung Fu, not the real Kung Fu.
Yeah, exactly.
Chuck Norris has got like real like karate like real Kung Fu championship belts like under his belts.
Yeah, but that's behind him. That's behind him now.
He has a title belt under his belt.
He could probably still knock out an actor with his real.
Maybe that's what it was. Like you don't want to invoke
punch.
the wrath of Norris.
Yeah, but he was probably like, bro, don't confuse movie Kung Fu.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, because Chuck Norris, he's one of those you respect because like I think he's like at least 2 or 3 time like world karate / kickboxing champion.
Yeah,
and he trained with Bruce Lee.
And just to be for Chuck Norris' sake, my mom's met him like 3 times. And every time she's got nothing but like sweet things to say about him. He's a very courteous person, very polite. Yeah, cheesing with my mom and Rick Perry.
To be fair, she was shorter than him, so maybe that's why.
Probably. Yeah, my mom's like, yeah, you could put my mom in a pocket and she'll just make enchiladas for you in there. You put like a little portable oven. Like, here you go, mijo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get a pocket.
You got 2, so I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. That is pretty lame, though. But that's the thing. You would think like you would want the taller opponent to make you look that much more badass. Like this guy's 6 feet tall.
Well, yeah, if you're Jet Li,
Bruce Lee did it with
Jabbar. But when you're the pride of American machismo, no one's taller than America. Everyone, yeah, exactly. You want to make sure that they're already small, and you're just like, you're oppressing them.
So they attacked us because we were tall.
No one's better than us.
Yeah, nobody.
If they are taller, they have to be Russians, and they have to go down.
And they have to be.
But then they go to Russia to make Russia look small in their own country.
we step on them. To go back to a previous point, Louis said he loves Sucker Punch. So that renders.
I have to watch it. Then if one person like loves it, I gotta watch it.
That renders all future opinions invalid.
Oh,
I don't know what I think it's because I didn't really know what to expect.
I was like, this movie.
I was watching it like this movie needs to make up its mind.
I'll tell you one thing I know about Sucker Punch. The only thing I know is one thing in a trailer of some girl washing a floor. That's all I know about that movie. That's the thing in the movie, right?
It's very pretty. It's much to me. It's much like Speed Racer.
Washing the cutting room floor.
There's not much there, but it is great to watch.
It is.
Your eyes will be like, I am happy right now.
Yeah, there was one.
Your floor will get so clean.
There was another movie like that was really really fun to watch. It was the one where it had like the
Platoon.
Well, it was a newer movie.
You know, a really great fun movie that like low budget crappy sequel movie that's actually probably better than the first. That I still cannot find a copy of. Game of Death 2.
I thought you were gonna say Breaking 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Which is going to be taken off of Netflix at the beginning of the year.
Well, we better watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody, make sure you watch Breaking 2.
What's the one where ninjas are in the Old West? And the guy looks at the top, and they get like invaded by ninjas. And the guy looks at the top of like.
Oh, is that the movie you were about to talk about? Oh yeah, Shanghai Noon.
No.
I call this one.
It was like a big action movie
chicken.
with a lot of
Kate Bosworth was in it. I think Jeffrey Rush was in it.
I have no idea which one.
Is that the same movie you're talking about?
It was like a recent movie, right?
Ninjas
and Assassins?
No.
Wait.
Ninjas and
Are you thinking of Bodyguards?
Are you saying people who kill?
No.
Snipers and Samurai.
The Lone Survivor?
Is this an English movie? Or English? Is this an American
British?
movie?
Oh.
Is it bloody English?
Is this a movie from your mind?
Oh, God.
Is it bloody
No,
English?
there's like half and half. There's like half subtitles, and then when they go to the Old West, there's obviously people speaking English there, too. But it's CGI. The guy looks like when the ninjas attack in the Old West. The guy looks up. He's like, "Damn ninjas!"
Did he enjoy this?
What? You don't know?
Did he enjoy this conversation in English? You say arigato,
like we say arigato.
Turtles in Time. Okay, well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna go to another topic because we're kind of all over the place.
Yeah. The Warriors Way.
Warriors Way.
Warriors Way. That was just
That was on the tip of my tongue.
That is
the weird of the Warriors.
See, I said 2 years ago, so I was off by a year. But that's a really awesome movie to watch. watch.
Yeah,
I don't even
that's on
remember what the
Netflix,
plot
I think.
is, but it is
Something
fucking
about a
awesome.
spaceship
that's-
arriving in
tell
Arizona
me
in
there's not-
1873 to take over Earth.
Tell me there's
dude, that's
not
totally
Kate
right.
Bosworth and Jeffrey Rush in it.
Well,
Jeffrey
settle
Rush.
down.
I'm sorry.
I'm not your slave.
You actor types are so
Facts.
sensitive.
Kate
Internet
Bosworth and
faster.
Jeffrey Rush are not on this. No, I'm kidding.
No,
they're in the cast. They're in the
I was about
cast.
to
Yeah.
say it. I was about to say
Oh, we got
It's been a while since I've seen it. So.
We got Ace Nova joining us. He said,
Aw,
"You know,
yeah.
everyone speaks English in the past," which is true, and no other languages weren't actually developed.
Ninja
until
Turtles
the 1800s.
3. They all spoke English.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
Japanese people love speaking English.
Well, they didn't speak English until then the turtles show up, and they were like, "Where
watch
are we, bro?"
you watch
and they're
a-
like, "You're a turtle."
I want turtle sushi.
I'm hungry. Make soup with turtle.
Do you ever watch
And
Team
fish.
4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
Oh no, I heard about that. No,
So it is really good. I would recommend getting the bridge, but
yeah, my roommate was telling me about it.
because everybody speaks the same language, so they call Japanese space talk. There's like space speak or something like that.
You imagine if they did that in like Mass Effect or something?
That'd be great.
I'm from Australia. As I got from space
Space
Australia.
Australia.
It's exactly like Australia, but in space.
Okay, now going back to the other point. With
I don't
the
even
one,
know what her point was.
No, with,
Point number
with Gal Gadot saying like, well, if you go
All the way back.
All the way back to Gal
if you
Gadot.
go back to Amazonia
Going
lore,
back to the beginning, is it Smaug?
And when you watch the movie, it's Smug, because that's when cocky ass dragon.
Desolation of Smug.
Okay, sorry. Point number 2.
So anyway,
Fire.
she's just like, well, if we went with what the fanboys want, went with true Amazonia
Amazons,
lore,
yeah.
then I would have one boob. It's like, no, that's the same bullshit that the Aryan Brotherhood guys tried to say when Idris Elba was cast in Thor. Like, well, in real, what do you call it, Nordic mythology,
mythology.
they're all white because we're all white and we all love
And it's
that
all
white
right.
shit.
We all
know-
love that white shit.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It's like, okay, look, the point is that this isn't based off of mythological lore. This is all based off of the comics.
Yeah.
This is comics Amazon. This is comics Nordic mythology. You know, this isn't the
Norse.
Thor from Norse. Yeah,
Named your
well, I'm thinking like
grandpappy's Thor.
Nordic track, like the workout machine.
I didn't think it got so buff.
So you're saying Keanu Reeves can act?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You know what? Stuff your mouth some more of these chocolate balls.
Let's put some
Finish your thought, Agamemnon. Bring it home.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
Is that
Bases are loaded.
those kind of comments are irrelevant because, and then
Yeah.
it's more you're more or less just slapping the fanboys in the face even more. And granted,
They might
a
like
lot
it.
of us out there are just like over the top with the hey, your boobs need to be bigger, you need to be 2 feet taller. I don't care. I just want them to be able to act well. That's it. And sell it. Well, the boobs, of course.
I agree. It might be kind of a slap to the fanboys, but I think for someone like her, this is obviously going to be the springboard of whether or not she becomes a huge star or not. So it could be just a knee-jerk reaction, like
It
everyone's
could, yeah.
hating on me. Can you please stop hating on me?
Just follow up on that point, because when you read the interview, that's really what it feels like. She feels like she's being like
Attacked.
very dismissive, because she's probably tired of hearing it. Like,
Yeah.
because it seems like she's kind of being a little bit snarky with the answers.
Yeah.
and that's. I mean, if I were in her place, I'd be too. It's like
I would be
ain't nothing
too,
with
but I
others.
wouldn't be like, hey, in the original Amazonian mythology. Like, no, shut up.
I think you would, because that would be
No.
I think you would
No,
too.
because force be with no, because I know the difference between the actual lore and like I'm not gonna sit there and bitch about if Marvel makes their Hercules movie and be like, oh well, in Greek mythology Hercules had the 12. That's not how the 12
he had
labors
an
of
8-pack.
Hercules went. You know, they went this way, and he didn't pick up poop. He washed it in the river. He moved the river. If they didn't do that shit, I wouldn't care because it's not the Hercules from Greek mythology. It's Marvel's Hercules.
DC.
You
Well, the
understand what I'm
way
saying?
I see it
Wonder
is that
DC's Wonder Woman. It ain't fucking the Amazon of Greek culture, Greek mythology, or whatever. It's DC's Amazon.
Well,
and what
if you want to go that way, Gal Gadot isn't really made of clay.
there you go. Yeah. So
So you're saying no one can play her?
no one can play her. Well,
a golem. If we find a golem, we can bring it to life.
if you believe in the Lord and all His miracles, we came from the clay, and she came from the rib, I guess. I
So
don't
we
know.
should have a rib player.
She came
No.
from Clay Aiken?
No.
She can play a mean rib xylophone.
Well, if you think about it, she's kind of skinny enough to see her ribs, so it's perfect.
Oh,
Bad joke.
The thing is like
Yes,
when people
it
are like
does.
dissecting, like saying like, oh, this is not accurate with this, and she needs to be this. I can understand to a certain point. Like I don't agree with them, but like for me, like I don't care what they do with Spider-Man anymore. And like Superman anymore, I don't really care. Like I'll like him or I don't like him. Like I don't like Spider-Man. I don't really care because there's been so many iterations of Spider-Man and Superman already. They told the story so many times. I don't really care what they do with it anymore because we have other versions that we can like. Like I'll like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man of the new one because there's different choices.
Right.
With Wonder Woman, no one's like I can't remember like myself if anyone's made a Wonder Woman movie or a good one.
You need to see that pilot.
Oh,
that pilot.
God.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Really? Is that recent or?
It was last year, I think.
Was it really?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
It bombed.
And there's one thing you have to keep in mind if you do get your hands on it, which I don't have.
So Ace Nova says, but everyone is attacking Gil for a body. At a certain point, you have to get tired of people commenting on your body type and how it is wrong.
Yeah, and I think
that's
why,
the whole
like,
the knee jerk reaction.
Yeah.
And Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, is the bomb.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But no, I forget her name.
Jennifer
Who played
Aniston.
Wonder Woman? She did a great job.
Linda Carter?
No, in the pilot
pilot.
that NBC shot down.
Oh,
Yeah,
Adrian
that
something.
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
But it's something with a
Between
G.
two ferns.
One of the listeners will
So
look
what
it up
about
for me.
it?
But the plot was horrible.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, you can tell it's not finished because you see wires in some shots. But there was a lot of
That was the Invisible Jet.
outrage about the costume that they designed for her.
Yeah, because around the same
I thought they got
time,
it out of Party
That was,
City.
that was the most recent one, right?
Yep.
Well, what was the? Hold on, finish the thought. What was the? I was gonna say finish what you were saying.
Oh well, the pilot episode sucked.
Yeah.
But Adrian Galicki, dang it, man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up in a second here. She did a great job, but like the costume kept changing.
Oh wow.
Like you could tell, like there was
Wow.
she had 3 costumes. One was the new 52 one.
Okay.
The other one was the classic one, and the other one, I think they had like the classic golden era Wonder Woman outfit.
Okay.
Adrian
Palicki or Palicki. Yeah, there you go.
Palicki.
Palicki. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you, Ace. Oh, no, it wasn't Ace. No, you looked it up.
It was me.
Smoke. But the new 52 one, which they eventually got rid of, it's like her top, and she's wearing like what they looked like jeans.
Yeah.
And in the promo stills for it, her instead of jeans, they were kind of glittery, and everyone hated that.
Oh, wow.
So you could watching it, you can tell they went back and reshot them because in that outfit they all look like jeans except for one where she gets out of an elevator running and you just see like light glimmer off those pants. You're like, oh, it's like the flaring. It's like all the flare shots in Star Trek.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You touched it.
That scene was only directed by him. I had to leave my mark somehow.
Yeah, but no, the plot was horrible. I don't know if they were setting up her arch nemesis for the entire series or a season. Hopefully, it would have been just that one episode. She was an evil president or COO, CEO
soda
of a
company
perfume
magnate
of a perfume company.
Oh, wow.
That was her arch nemesis.
Oh no.
Yeah, and even part of the plot was how Wonder Woman was
Parfum.
kind of selling herself because they were making Wonder Woman dolls.
I thought you were going to say she was kind
I was
of
like,
smelly.
seriously?
Oh man.
That's terrible.
When
It's
merchandising.
crap, but she did a great job. Some of the fight choreography was pretty good, but on a
On a whole is bad.
no.
Superman versus Batman is starting to sound so good already.
Yeah.
Yeah, by comparison. It just makes me wonder, because I remember seeing just the intro for the pilot, and it just looked so cheesy. It's just like, did people even read a Wonder Woman comic? Like, not even read it. You don't even have to open it. Just look at the cover of like 5 or 6, and then you could probably come up with a better premise for a pilot than like what you described.
Yeah.
Like an evil perfume is like, I'm gonna make the whole world smell pretty. You know, like what?
Maybe it's like the fear toxin in cahoots with like scare.
It was some kind of mind control.
Yeah,
Eventually, I think they were setting it up for something like that.
Yeah.
Still very lame.
It's
For some
been a
reason, I thought
while.
you were going to say the evil soft drink company or something. It's like, I'm going to make the world die with my Diet Cola.
with slurm.
diabetes. I got the sugars.
Type 1 and 2.
Wilford Brimley will make a guest
Yeah.
appearance.
Yeah, whoa, yeah. The red eyes.
He'll be the one who reveals the whole thing. Like
I'm giving you.
and he falls over and dies.
He's like, he turns around like one of those James Bond chairs, and it's like he's the villain. Yeah, then he just falls over and dies.
He's eating a big old thing of oatmeal.
Yeah, it feels like he's smoking a cat, but really he's eating.
Pops the button on his life alert.
Yeah.
Forget it. It's like Unbreakable. Like he gets out of the chair and just falls down the stairs.
They called me Mr. Diabetes.
They call me Mr. Sugar.
Diabetes.
I should have known.
I would have attacked him. Just freaking.
Mr. Diabetes, I should have known. Once I saw that cake delivered to my office, should have known it was you.
Like a handful of sugar just thrown on his face.
There you go. Starts melting.
Yeah, instead of like a batarang, he's throwing sugar cubes.
I'm gonna do like holy water style instead of holy water. Like, oh, there's gonna be just like freaking a canister of sugar.
Like
Just
vitamin
Oh,
water.
it tastes so good, but it hurts my eyes.
I'm sorry. I got to sidetrack just a little bit here because you mentioned batarangs. I'm sorry for Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
One, the game was super glitchy, but some of the stuff they had in there, I was like, really? I don't know about this. And one of them, it was an upgrade for the batarang, where you threw it past the guy, and it would come back and hit him in the back of the head.
Nice.
I'm like, it's already a boomerang. What's the upgrade there?
He has to curve
The
it.
upgrade is Batman misses.
Hey, he's got to take him by surprise.
oh man.
No, it didn't go up all the way.
That's what
That's
she
a person.
said.
That sounds like a personal problem to me. But don't worry, at least you succeeded once. But But speaking of villains, so you know there's obviously the Flash TV series is coming to town.
I'm looking forward to that.
Do we know who's
have
playing
you
the
guys,
Flash?
Have you guys watched Arrow yet? I remember the last time I was here, y'all had...
I just watched finished the first season.
Ripped abs,
So-
most ripped abs per capita.
Definitely.
The first season had a rough start, and then it
Per
got
capita.
okay. Second season, they pick it up. They pick it up a bunch.
Where's it at right now? Is it in the second season?
It's in
right?
the second season.
Like how far into it?
They just did their mid-season finale.
Okay.
The introduction of
So I'm not that
Flash.
far behind. I need to start the second season.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question about the second season.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my biggest beef
There's
with Arrow...
tons of new DC people coming in.
See, I'm excited about that. Okay, but it is still full of melodrama. Does every character act like they're 13 years old?
That's the only thing I don't like. His family is constantly calling him an asshole. Like,
Was it-
every,
Like I said,
Yeah.
it gets better.
Okay, just make-
It's still WB.
Okay, yeah.
Or the
of course.
CW, so
yeah.
yeah,
You're gonna get the
some of that
Smallville stuff.
melodrama.
But does it at least like fizzle? Because it's like, okay, I understand. Like, I like dramas. Like, those are my favorite things to watch. But it's literally like they're bipolar. Like, they go from
They are.
I hate you, you're so terrible, and then literally like the next scene, I'm sorry for what I said.
let me ask
I
you
was
some-
upset.
Let me ask you something, Prometheus.
I spilled my ice cream.
How many times do you remember the same person or different people in his family saying, "I wish you died on that island"?
Yeah, it's like you guys are
The
assholes.
show was great. I love it.
They stopped wishing that the second season.
Okay. Because I'm not even holding that against it. It's just funny when you just see like his family, because you know it's going to be resolved like by the end of the episode
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. It's just funny seeing it, just like I hate you. Well, he just saved you like 5 minutes later. You just come back like, I'm sorry, I said I was being a bitch. It's like
The second season picks it up
Here's a
enough
latte.
where it's only rumors, but I hope it's true that they're going to try to fix their Green Arrow and their Flash
Cool.
somehow into the film DC universe. I think the guy playing Arrow has really picked up his game. I don't know if
Yeah.
he's gotten an acting coach or they just got better directors. He's gotten
He's drinking Gatorade.
is his performance better in the
green
second season?
Gatorade. Yes.
I really enjoyed him.
It's
Yeah.
in him.
He sweated like you were
His abs are finer.
They're even
What's your
mortified.
favorite flavor of Gatorade?
I really enjoyed his development
Abs.
going from the like in the flashbacks, like going from the
flavor
innocent to the
lie.
hardened guy.
Yeah.
like I really enjoyed that transition. I
He's
think he
gotten
did
way
really
better.
good.
The guy playing
Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy shows up in season 2.
Oh,
Does he really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solomon Grundy wore pants too.
Is he wearing pants?
He's wearing pants. No, he's got a great
shucks.
little origin. At first, I was like, "That's not Solomon Grundy," and then they I'm sorry, spoilers. They kill him off, and
oh no!
I was like, "What is Solomon Grundy?"
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about Slade? Does he have more Slade?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah. The guy playing Slade. That's what I was about to say. He is.
I love that
awesome.
guy, dude. He's badass.
I liked him in the first season, but this second season, I'm like, I
Is he
want
better?
them to bring
Is he
this
as-
into.
he's
Is
so
he as creepy as the
badass.
Slade from Teen Titans? Because that dude's voice creeped me out.
No, he's just
Yeah.
really badass. That's
No,
actually
no.
that was the point where like I was almost gonna stop watching it, but I'm a huge fan of Spartacus, and the guy who plays Slade plays Crixus. I was like, Crixus is an arrow.
You know, from Teen Titans, that's Ron Perlman.
Oh,
Is he? Slade. Yeah.
I never. Wow.
how many punches you got in
That's
those hands?
incredible.
You probably
man?
see it now, though.
His
right?
voice always. Yeah, I see it
Yeah.
now. Yeah, because I'm thinking like
So wait, he's Slade
Hellboy,
and
or the really
Hellboy?
slow scenes for Sons of Anarchy when he's just like, "Let me tell you a story."
Give me another chance. I promise I won't.
Nobody messes.
Maybe that's why I
with
was
you.
every time he had one of those like slow, like really quiet speeches. I was always entranced because every time I would watch Teen Titans and Slade would speak. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was great.
T-I-D-A-N-S, Teen Titans.
I think you had
My favorite version of that song.
No, but like,
Cyborg's driving a cyborg mobile and goes, he says some lyric and then goes, holla, 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 my name, go Cyborg! He does it to the Teen Titans theme.
Nice. It's fourth wall breaking right there.
there you go.
That's good.
What I was going to say about Flash.
Anyways, Ron Perlman was very captivating. So
Yeah.
Isn't he
So,
always?
yeah,
that
Flash.
voice was awesome.
Flash, yeah.
Yeah, the guy played Barry Allen. He had a two-parter. He was in a two-part episode.
Okay.
Originally, the story goes that originally he was supposed to have a guest appearance later in the season as the Flash. But his acting was so well, they decided to rewrite it a little to make his origin on the show. And then the higher-ups were like, no, we really like this guy. Let's make a backdoor pilot out of this. And then someone else was like, no, I got more money than you guys. I'm going to make this other call.
Yeah.
We're just gonna start a series with him. We're not gonna have this backdoor pilot. We're gonna make a pilot, and we're doing this Flash series. We're gonna go ahead on this.
We're going front door.
So
In his two-parter, his first episode, I was like, I'm not really sold on this guy, but the second episode, he brought it.
So
when he got struck by lightning?
they're tying him into the DC universe with the movies.
Oh,
what they're
that I
saying?
don't know.
Oh,
that's like a
that's what
rumor,
that's
but
what the
he's
rumor
tied
is.
into the Arrow series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You be talking with the Arrow series.
Yeah.
Is that actor who's playing the Flash? Has he been in Arrow yet? Like in the first season at all?
Not in the first season. No,
Okay.
he only shows up in the second season.
Okay.
It's the last two episodes of the current season.
Okay, just seeing if there's someone like I saw or something already.
No.
Yeah, he was originally going to appear in episode 20.
It was like a really loose thing, but I thought the dude from the Glades, that kid, that had all the troubles in
Roy
the first
Harper?
season. Yeah.
No, Roy
Oh,
Harper
yeah.
is Red Arrow.
Oh, he's Red Arrow.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
Speedy. No, that's who he is. Like he's one of Green Arrow's sidekicks.
Robin's counter.
That's it.
He had a storyline which I think they're actually leading towards where he gets his arm cut off and they replace it with a mechanical arm. Depending on which storyline you go through, it either comes through Lex Luthor or some other rich person. But he kind of starts to go crazy. But yeah, I think they're kind of leaning that direction with
Cool.
him.
I'm not very versed in the DC universe, but it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. I hope.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
Louis said in the comics he's Speedy/Arsenal.
Arsenal, there you go. Yeah, that's what he changes his name to when he gets the mechanical arm. Because instead of using a bow and arrow, he uses his arm.
Turns into Guts from Berserk.
Oh, yeah.
Hand cannon.
Because Cyborg was already taken.
They probably if they have like a certain
through a bunch of
storyline where
synonyms.
Lex Luthor, I don't know if they're going to intertwine. They even have the rights to put any kind of Superman stuff.
I would imagine they would, because they still would have
It's
them
still
from Smallville.
DC, but I don't think they've even said anything like Metropolis.
Well, it's
Yeah.
still Warner's, isn't it?
Yeah. I think they just wouldn't want to do like brand confusion with the movies.
Okay.
I think unless they decide to bridge that into that
I
universe.
think they're testing the waters this season with that idea, and testing ideas with letting rumors out about who's in the movie, and then saying like, nope, that person is in this movie. Yes, Flash is going to be in our movie because they even said Flash is going to be in the Superman Batman movie.
Okay.
What no one knows publicly is if it's going to be CW's Flash.
Did they say if it was going to be Bart Allen or Barry Allen or
Oh, that I don't know, but it's Barry Allen in Arrow.
is Barry Allen an Arrow? Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. Luis makes a good point. He says he thinks he'll go straight into Arsenal on the show since Speedy is the nickname for Oliver's sister.
Yeah. I was just
point,
about to, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
The only person that has an excuse to act like a teenager on that show.
Yeah. The sister.
I want to like her, but man, I don't.
She's like one of the main
Yeah.
people who are just like, I hate you,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna. Yeah.
Oh, and sorry, it's spoilers, but you already said you're not really no DC lore. Black
Yeah.
Canary for season 2. I don't like her.
No?
Oh, she's
She
supposed
does
to be
this
Black Canary?
weird thing with her lips. I'm sorry, none of the listeners are going to see it, but when she talks, she
They can
does
hear
this
it.
with her lips. I'm like, are you getting ready to kiss someone? Can you stop that, please?
Okay, so it's the girl with the crossbow. That's Black Canary. The one
No. She's in season 1. That's Huntress.
It's like the way.
Oh, okay.
Is it like the way when Gina Gershon talks, but less sexy?
That's not at all sexy. But yeah,
So sexy.
That's because I sound like a
she
total
pucker
noob.
talks.
Yeah.
I mean, sound like a total noob, but
Like she's got
It's okay.
Botox.
who is Black Canary? I really don't.
Black
know who
Canary,
Black Canary
is a to paint a picture. She's a blonde who wears a black unitard with a leather jacket over it and fishnet stockings. That's her most recognizable outfit, but her power is she can like the Banshee from X-Men. She has that kind of power where she can scream. She doesn't use it to fly, but she can, break glass, make people go unconscious from her sonic scream. She doesn't have it in the series yet. Yet. I don't know if she will. Yeah, that's her.
Oh, I probably would have...
Yeah, they're showing a picture of her.
Okay, I probably would have thought Zatanna at first, because Zatanna looks similar, doesn't she?
In the comics, she and Green Arrow have a history together.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the poor man's Superman and Wonder Woman.
Is she the... Oh, no, she's not.
More like the more interesting man's. Am I right, guys?
There's Nicole Marie Jean.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what she was wearing when we...
and kind of seeing... Because Agamemnon's pulling up pictures on Google. Seeing the image from the Smallville Black Canary, I will say Arrow's Black Canary is better in terms of costume.
I remember that costume from...
Yeah, I wanted to like that chick, but that costume, that was just utter...
Well, Louis brings up a good point. He says, but in the comics, Laurel is actually Black Canary. In the show, it's her sister.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with that.
Maybe one of them dies. Maybe she dies, and then the sister picks up the mantle. And then tells the other kid, hey, you can have Speedy, this is the name.
Well, also in the comics, originally, what is in the show Arrow, the mom should be the Black Canary, because it was originally Dinah Lance, not Laurel Lance. I might be getting it confused. But, obviously they're taking their own liberties to try to make it modern.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And because they may eventually change it, because Flash is going to be the first character in Arrow to have superpowers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, as of right now, Black Canary is just using, this little box that emits a loud sound.
Okay, so...
I wonder why they wrote that out.
Christopher Nolan.
It has to be dark. Superpowers, and then they decided with Flash to really do it.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Canary came in at the beginning of season 2 before Flash.
Okay. Yeah, because they wanted to keep it more grounded, and then they're like, once they introduced Flash, it's like, well, we either make him a track star or an actual superhero.
So in Arrow, is Black Canary actually Laurel's sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not supposed to know that.
Yeah.
Which sucks because the actress who played her sister in the first season, she didn't act with pucker lips, but they recast her. And this is silly. I honestly think this is silly. They recast her so that people who read the cast list wouldn't know that she was Laurel's sister, because that was supposed to be a surprise later in the season.
That's lame.
Yeah, I'm like, really? Come on.
I just hate recastings in general, because I hate when it's like, you've already seen this character, you've already made a commitment to that's what they look like, and then someone else walks on the set, and then you're like, Don Cheadle, how did you get here? Although that was an upgrade in that case.
I don't think they really made a commitment to Laurel's sister, though. I mean, she's in, nothing
roof.
of the first season.
Right, no, you're right, but I think it's,
imagine
being that actress.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're bringing my character back?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
But not me.
No, but not me. Yeah, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Son of a bitch.
Back to my gig at Domino's.
That's definitely got to suck.
Take a donkey dump.
I'll find out. I'll start catching up on season 2 immediately tomorrow, or I guess the day after, since tomorrow's New Year's.
Well, apparently they're going to bring a big Flash villain into it, Professor Zoom, aka Reverse Flash.
Yeah, he's going to be on the Flash series.
He's Barry's evil twin.
So is he from the future?
No, he's from the future. He's not Barry's evil twin.
Someone in the future stealing
in the
your
comics.
car.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No, Professor Zoom. No, he's like a Flash. He's obsessed with Flash in the future.
Yeah.
And he wants to be like the Flash, so he comes to the present to try to make the Flash do something, and Flash doesn't do it, so it makes him bat crazy, and he decides he's going to be the opposite of Flash.
Okay.
I forget the whole story.
Luis says Zoom is from the 25th century.
Yeah, Professor Zoom's from
He really just wanted an autograph. He's like, no, kid, get out of here. You're crazy. He's like, I'm going to take up a life of evil from now on.
I could have swore Barry had an evil twin brother. I thought it was Professor Zoom.
But, I think his name's Blaze. There's another character
At the
that is
beginning,
going to be in Flash.
we have this discussion about science and stuff. I'll be there.
Yeah, he just straight up just ditched him. He's just way down that roof. He's probably on that roof for a good day or two. He's coming. About? Tony Stark's coming in Iron Man 3 with Guy Pearce's character. He's just like, yeah, we're totally going to make a breakthrough. 2 days go by. Man, I should probably get some water. I'm going to die of dehydration.
I want to be the Mandarin now.
I still haven't seen
at first he's like, I really want some Mandarin chicken.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Iron Man 3 since you told me how
great
it is.
I think that's better than. I think it's better than the first two, and a lot of people think it's the worst of the three.
Go!
Okay,
here we go.
I actually agree with you on that.
Okay, this is my
Except for the Iron Man part.
Successful troll has been successful.
Nice.
Okay. I liked a lot about Iron Man 3. I felt like they built it up to be like, it could have been the greatest. Like, it had that dark, like, Dark Knight Rises tone to it. But then, like...
Although, yeah, I agree with that, because I totally saw it. I'm like, I hope they don't pull a Dark Knight Rises on us.
I was kind of hoping, but they did do a lot of things Dark Knight Rises did, which is have ginormous plot holes that you could just drive a fucking semi-truck through.
But does it flip?
It doesn't actually.
There is something more to the Mandarin actor character, because he went in and shot something, and he won't say.
Yeah,
he won't say what it is. So I'm very curious to see what that's all about.
That's not even my beef, though. Okay, there's
because it might be another twist.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's like, I was pretending to pretend, and really, I was the evil villain.
It sounds kind of stupid. That's what a lot of people think. Like, it sounds kind of stupid, but if they pull it off right.
Maybe afterwards he decided to be a real villain. He's like, this acting stuff's not cut out for me. But the thing that I hate the most... Okay, so the whole thing is, Tony Stark is suffering from PTSD, and, they ask him about the Mandarin, he's like, you don't mess with America. Here's my home address. Come find me. Let's settle this! So, so you're thinking, so obviously, and this was more of a directorial, decision, but to cut out the rest of the Avengers. I understand the majority of them can't be there, and there's good reason, but at least... Captain America should have at least have been there, or at least Scarlet Witch or Hawkeye, because they were.
I thought Bruce was going to be there. They drove off together at the end of the Avengers movie.
Yeah, or even Bruce Banner. But the whole thing is Shield would be like, this is one of our assets who just threatened a terrorist who America can't do anything against.
I think Shield, especially with how some of them are, they would totally be like, Tony, this is your bed. You made it.
But he's such an important asset. He saved the entire world. They would at least... remember when they had, the two helicopters that were there, and those were the news helicopters? At the very least, if those were S.H.I.E.L.D. helicopters, we're keeping an eye on him, we're keeping tabs, just in case this terrorist tries to attack him. But there's no involvement at all. They just get, a little, footnote.
Well, it's called Iron Man 3, not Avengers 2.
Yeah, but even so, but you introduce a shared universe, and then you just omit the rest of it. But that's not even my main beef. My main beef is, so his whole thing is he has, 30 Iron Man suits... And he just threatened a terrorist. And at no point is he going to activate just at least one
of them.
To just fly around, just do a perimeter check, just make sure everything's okay.
Perimeter check is a diversion for his Iron Man 3 armor, where he gets Pepper.
Have him on and guard the house.
Yeah, a single one could have shot down that helicopter.
Not even then, because if they see the things, then they can formulate a plan or whatever.
Yeah,
because they're dead set on attacking him. But once they started attacking, obviously he was all bamboozled by it. Saves Pepper, gets knocked out. But when he comes to, he could at least easily had one or two fly out there as diversions. So which one's the real Iron Man?
Well, when he woke up,
then he pops up in the Iron.
Was still working.
Yeah, he'll pop out in the armor that he put on Pepper. Put it on and then just jump out there like, I'm the real one. And then all three start attacking.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah.
I'm the leprechaun. Okay, but even if
he'll break it apart, he's just like, I am the Allfather.
But to that point, so he has this whole thing where he can call all of them, Operation,
Dumbo drop.
Fucking Pauly Shore pops out. That would have been a good distraction. But it's
I am mad.
It's the second the first missile hit, he easily could have just activated all of these Iron Men and destroyed that helicopter. And then his whole thing is I can understand if it was only him in that house and the girl that shows up. You could chalk it up to his own arrogance. I'm going to handle this myself, whatever. Yeah. But he goes through the whole point of saying Pepper Potts is the most important thing to him. It's you would think just for her safety, he would at least have one Iron Man suit just walking around protecting her. Yeah. But I just feel it feels like I'm nitpicking, but it's just it just seems like such an oversight. You had If the last scene at the end of the movie didn't happen, where all the Iron Man suits come in the nick of time, when the entire movie is he has no Iron Man suit, he's got to do it as Tony Stark. But then the whole time he had all these suits on reserve that he could have used to prevent absolutely everything.
Fly across the country.
I'm going to argue your point and then justify your point at the same time. Validate your point. So don't worry, I'm going to validate your point in a second here. And in terms of movie, they needed to set him up at his bottom so that all these Iron Men would be a surprise at the end. But to validate your argument, it's supposed to be a surprise. Why are all these Iron Man on the damn posters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it shows up at the end, I'm like, we all knew it was coming. Why are you making this a big surprise? Yeah, it's just as surprising as finding out the Mandarin was an actor. We saw it coming.
To me, like, at the very least, if they would have been like, they shot like an EMP blast, and that one suit that survived was like, they could have just thrown in some bullshit like, this is designed to withstand an EMP blast, and all these other ones aren't. So that's why they were down for the whole time, and then they showed up. But at least something. It just feels like very lazy writing. Like, they didn't even bother. It just felt like they filmed the whole movie, and then one guy was like, you know what would be cool? We threw like 30 more Iron Men in there at the last sequence, and the writer was like, but we contradicted absolutely everything. We shouldn't do this. Like, yeah. But,
come on, bro, suit hopping.
Yeah,
Money.
like,
Money, man.
Yeah, he's
Money.
like, hold on. I'm gonna write down a number, and I'm gonna hand you this check, and you're gonna make
do
my
some
fucking
coke.
movie.
And by the time I'm done with this line of coke,
Yeah.
you will have signed that check.
All right, go. That sounds like a great idea. 30 Iron Man contradicting the entire plot of the movie. Let's go with it. Let's roll.
And that's why I thought it was the best one.
Touche. So I don't know. That's pretty much just my point. So just to move on.
Remember in The Dark Knight where Joker robs a bank and then exits in a school bus into rush hour traffic, and nobody said anything?
Was a masterpiece, sir.
He was in traffic. He immediately exited the bank
Nobody
to a stop.
noticed the bus leaving outside of a building
With all the debris.
Exactly. And stopped in traffic.
Nobody
And
noticed the one empty bus amongst other buses full of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie over in the
no
first
one
5
noticed
minutes.
It.
Maybe that's where they got dropped off.
Yeah, that's why it's the best. It is the best of the three.
I mean, not to mention
It's like, hey, look, it's the Kool-Aid Man's bus.
Mine is big plot. Yeah.
That would
That's what
have been
it did
epic.
when it came out of the wall.
It would have been epic if he had the Kool-Aid Man face painted on the front of the bus, and it's like even less inconspicuous. But yeah, that's
kids, want to know how he got these scars?
no, but I know how you got these. Busting through walls, that is very unsafe. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy has huge holes.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, they're not contradictory. They're like, okay, this hurts my brain because it doesn't make sense, but at least it's consistent with the plot.
I can give you a contradictory one.
Damn you, go for it.
So remember when he's talking to Aaron Eckhart in the hospital?
No.
And he's always... the Joker's whole thing was just like, I'm an agent of anarchy,
Yeah.
and he has the most well-thought-out plans and business decisions of any victim
Anarchy can
ever.
be planned.
Huh?
Anarchy can be planned.
But the anarchy means, like, he wants everything to follow a plan, and... I don't know, what the fuck was I saying?
No, you are right. I will concede that point. Yeah, because he does say, like, basically, it's like he wakes up in the morning and he decides to blow something up. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to anything he does. But he actually had a very, like, detailed, like, step-by-step plan.
No, yeah, but it was only anarchy because the movie was going to make the certain things happen anyways that he wanted to happen.
You know,
like, it's anarchy.
I might get a lot of haters on this.
Yeah.
I thought Heath Ledger did a fantastic job.
I'm not,
but I don't think it was the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
The Joker is to the
Yeah.
point of, like, I am an agent of anarchy, but he sees the humor in it.
Yeah.
And I didn't see any humor in Heath Ledger's Joker.
It's
He
true.
was just a psychotic maniac. And,
Yeah.
in Nolan's world, I'm like, yeah, that's a great villain.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the Joker.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Joker. Yeah, Heath Ledger, he did an amazing job. Like, no one can take that away from him, but the Joker, yeah, just aside from a few things, he's saying, like, I'm an agent of anarchy, and, like, we'll just flip a coin, then you can shoot me in the head. But obviously, I knew Joker wasn't going to get shot in the head because the movie wasn't going to go on after that.
That
You know what I mean? Like, everything
I'm the villain.
Everything
now,
he
clown.
did were making chances in his favor, so I never felt like it was anarchy to begin with. I felt like he just had a
Two-Face
plan and he did it.
Completely overlooked.
Yeah.
And I thought he was
Yeah,
very much
he was really
a
good.
comic book Two-Face.
I felt like he was over the edge because of everything that happened to him. I felt like he would kill anybody at any point. I thought Gordon was going to die.
Dude, I
So,
love
yeah.
Two-Face. I love the part where it's like, when they're in the car, and he's there with the mob guy, and he's like flipping the coins, like, I thought you said that, if I told you or whatever, then you let me go. It's like I said, I couldn't hurt your chances. And he flips the coin and shoots the driver. Like, it was so perfect.
Yeah,
Like, you know you're gonna die too,
That
buddy.
is totally Two-Face.
That was what I. Yeah, his character was perfect.
How did he make it out of that car wreck, by the way?
He had
You
his stuff
know,
on.
He just
sometimes
walked away.
it's called
It's
movie
the best
kung
of the
fu.
three.
But yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you could pick apart the Dark Knight, and I'm sure nothing makes any sense. Another point,
I'll
the
say
Joker
this,
goes to
all
the
those
party.
burns on him. You know what kind of pain meds he's on? I don't think he felt anything.
Maybe he did die in that car wreck, but his body was still like moving. Yeah. So when he actually
This isn't
fell,
lost. They weren't dead the whole time.
you're in purgatory, sir. But another good example of that is when they're at the party and like Joker comes in there and Bruce Wayne goes to the panic room, and then he says what's her face. and they jump out the window. Yeah, he saves Rachel. How could I forget? Where's Rachel? He saves Rachel, and then it just goes to the next scene. Like, did the Joker just leave? Did he murder everybody in there?
Yeah, he got bored.
He was just like, that's what I kind of see. He was just like, well, if Bats isn't here, then I guess I'll go. Maybe he just like stabbed one guy, and he's like, this is no fun. Yeah. He just like walked out, and everyone's just like scared.
Like, how did Alfred get out of there alive?
At least Alfred.
He probably just went to the elevator down. When the Joker came out of the elevator, he just went down.
He probably had another.
Alfred got in the elevator. He just went, yeah.
Nope.
Now.
Fancy a cup of tea, Master Joker.
We solved it. He charmed him.
Yeah.
He was so charming. He's like, I don't even want to kill you. Like, I'm just gonna go. Just let me know when Batman comes back, and I'll
You want to know how I got these scars? I don't care much for questions.
No, but I know how you got this lovely Earl Grey in your belly.
One last Dark Knight thing.
You princes of crime.
One last Dark Knight thing. Luis says, "Hit me." Come on, hit me.
You with all your strength and nothing to do with it. You want to see a magic trick?
Anyways, who here has seen The Raid 1?
I saw the first one.
Yeah.
I use Raid to kill roaches.
I have not seen it. It makes me sad that I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, you got. I have it. You got to watch it.
You were some
It's
kind
I'll
of
take it home
retarded.
with me today.
Take
There you go.
it home tonight.
Well, Raid 2, everybody, as we all know, has been in production, but there's finally a release date, March
Finally.
28th.
Yeah.
Raid 2?
Mark your calendars.
Yeah.
The Raid 2
Yeah.
Redemption.
Yeah. Redeemed again.
Re-redemption.
Remix, bitch.
This is the remix to Redemption.
There's a song about pissing.
Give me that beep beep. Give me that doo doo. Okay, but so basically, I know it like takes place like pretty much right after where the raid.
Yeah, it's like
ends.
20 minutes after
Yeah, it's
the
like
first movie.
They're gonna do like Jack Bauer. This takes place 20 minutes after.
Yeah.
Beep boop boop.
And this is the longest day of my life.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Hop, hop.
What's my elephant?
But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I mean, the raid was like, it's just like kung fu movies have been needing this. Like ever since Tony Jaa like disappeared into the jungle, it's just like we need a new Tony Jaa. And these guys were like,
You didn't enjoy his
be
boneless
better.
fighting style?
Oh God, no! Everything after the Protector was just like, come on, guy, you started off so
Unlock
good.
2 and 3 were utter garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bad.
But yeah, then this comes out. It's just like, yes, this is what the world's been waiting for. And I just love how it's actually gotten. I feel like it got like a lot more of the publicity that I felt like Tony Jaa's movies should have. Like he really should. By now, he should be a huge star. Other than his whole disappearing into the jungle and being crazy. But I mean, after the Protector, because that was like distributed by Quentin Tarantino, so you would have thought like somebody in Hollywood would be like, yes, let's use this guy. He's really good. Let's use him for more than a stunt double for the guy in Mortal Kombat.
Let's
Like,
put him in Expendables.
yeah. There was actually rumors about that, but I think they went with Jet Li again. He parachuted back into the franchise.
Yeah, I'm back, bitches. I am back. Yeah, because earlier we were talking about how slow he talks in his movies.
I was talking about how endearing Jackie Chan's Fabi English is.
Well, he actually
compared to
knows
Jet Li is.
English, though. That's the
They
thing.
both do, though.
Well,
But
Jet
like,
Li knows. Jet Li knows enough
coming out
English.
of my mouth.
Jet Li knows enough English to where, and Jackie Chan knows like the differences between the different woods and theirs.
Unlike the majority of Americans.
yeah, exactly.
I can pass citizenship test. Can you? But yeah.
I don't
I
think Jet
can
Li knows
use
what he's
American
saying. I think
apostrophes.
someone just tells him, say these syllables. And he go, okay.
I honestly thought, I mean, quite honestly, when he first started, that could quite possibly be the
They're just
case.
like, there you go.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like it's not even his English is bad. I mean, like I was saying, like he has like the Mike Tyson effect because it's like he's very stoic and he's this incredible badass. Yeah, and then like by the yeah, I'm sure he did that in Unleashed or something. But then it's like he starts fighting. He's destroying all these people, and he's like, "That's right, I will kick your ass, bitches."
Yeah.
But with Jackie Chan, like his whole persona is comedic. So it's like there's nothing like his voice fits with the way
Down the
that
hatch! Down the hatch!
But yeah, Jet Li's is just jarring because you're expecting this really cool voice, and then you get I would appreciate it if you do not do that again.
See you later, Moron.
This was a good game of American football.
American football, great
And then he
game.
turns to his translator and says, like, what am I saying? What does this stuff mean?
But I don't know. Like, a lot of people hated Lethal Weapon 4, but I thought, like, for Jet Li's character in and of itself, like, he was badass. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he
Rat
was...
tail aside.
If you're in Hong Kong, that rat tail would be stylish.
He dodged the bullet in that movie.
Dude, I remember when I saw it, I was like, could he really do that? That's how sold I was on his character. I'm like, dude, I'm going to learn.
It was so fast because like Bill gets to put the gun up, you shot it, he just like that, just went past
He
him.
took rebar and an AK.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And drowning him at the same
Yeah, and
time.
drowning him. And all he had as a weapon were prayer beads.
Yeah.
And he was owning, like, everybody. Like, I always would, like, my whole dream
It's like
was...
he literally handicapped himself.
yeah, I know, right? It's like, yeah, it's like putting on extra weight. It's like my whole dream, like when him and Jackie Chan were finally in a movie, that like Jet Li would play a villain similar to his Lethal Weapon 4 villain, and then Jackie Chan would play more of like his character for like Police Story, and he'd be going after Jet Li.
You should see Police Story.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, that would have been perfect, and instead they did some garbage.
What
that I
movie were
remember.
they in together?
They were in some random movie.
The Forbidden Kingdom?
Yeah, they're in that one. They're in another one.
That one should have been good.
Yeah,
Just the
But it
kid.
was crap.
The kid was the one that was bad. Like the actual main
Yeah.
character.
Beetle loves that movie. He just hates the kid.
Dude, the
was
chick
really
with the
let down
silver
by
hair
that
is
movie.
so hot.
But it's like, why would you even need a kid? You have Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Like, I don't even need the rest of the cast unless there are people getting punched.
Yeah.
Like, I would be 100% satisfied with the movie if they just made it like The Raid. They just walk into a room and everyone's like, "I'll give you $1 million if you kill those two," and just like all these like kung fu masters jump out and they start fighting them for an hour and a half. And at the end, they're like, "Let's do this again next
Remember in
weekend."
Ip Man where the northern guy comes and challenges everybody?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
What
I want like a whole
yeah.
movie of that.
Yeah. Just owns everybody. But yeah, The Raid 2. See it in
Yeah,
theaters.
Louis, that was the same kid from Sky High. He was better in Sky High, though.
To me, Bruce Campbell.
That kid in the Forbidden Kingdom is like
What about Bruce Campbell? Oh, yeah, Bruce Campbell's in it.
Yeah,
it's like Columbo and Fred Savage in The Princess Bride. It's like you don't.
Columbo and Fred Savage?
Yeah, they're in
Yeah, the
Princess
grandpa
Bride.
and the kid.
One more
Yeah.
thing. Oh, yeah. There was a Princess Bride.
Yeah, in the
He
beginning.
doesn't die.
That movie.
I'm sorry, son.
Shut up.
I forgot
He
Fred
dies.
Savage. I'm a huge fan of
I thought you
Columbo.
meant Ben Savage.
No.
The
No,
Superior
not-
Savage.
Although, I don't know if
No.
anyone's seen it, there's a video mashup of Game of Thrones with that, where the grandfather is reading Game of Thrones to his son.
Oh, nice.
That sounds pretty dope.
It is awesome.
That's the perfect segue for this next topic.
Ooh.
Apparently, Game of Thrones, being the great show that it is, yeah, good job, Dr. Bacon.
You're welcome.
It maintains its title for most pirated TV show for the second year in a row.
Yay! Boobies.
I bought the first season on Blu-ray.
And you only watched 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Downloaded the rest.
Cars.
No, I haven't seen it. I've only seen two. I've only seen 2
Don't
episodes
fail
of
me
Game of
now,
Thrones.
Pirate Bay.
Yeah, right. And they never fail you, man. I got all 3 seasons pirated.
Even Pirate Bay told him, like, dude, you got the DVD.
As someone who's read the books, I won't say the books are better or the series is better because it's all on your point of view, but they are really veering off.
He's also.
And one of the things I will say about the books I read recently in an interview with I was about to say J.K. Rowling.
G-double-R. Rough
Understandable. She wrote a
George
Rough
Rough Rider
J.R.
Martin.
Tolkien. I don't know. They were talking about how there are so many minor characters that keep getting killed off in the series, and he was saying, well, the producer's point of view was all the audiences like these major characters. But the major characters know how much they're liked, and they keep asking for more money. So we got to take the money from somewhere. So we got to kill off those minor characters. And I'm like, it's a stupid argument, but it is a valid argument.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because the cast is so big and they shoot in so many locations. It's
Oh,
like,
it's a huge cast.
Yeah, they can only afford so many. So sorry, Romeo, you gotta die. but yeah, just to your point of whether that you said you won't say whether or not the books are better than the show. I've also read all 5 books, and I'm not
Same here.
I'm not the type of person to say
He better
like,
finish those books before he dies.
Oh,
He is one hot dog away from a heart attack.
that we're just gonna have to find whatever killed him. We're gonna have to.
Maybe he'll have like a Stephen King epiphany to where like he has this like near death experience. He's just like, whoa,
He knows-
I still need to finish the Dark Tower.
He knows the possibility of it because he's told in interviews that he's told the
ending to the
screenwriters
writers, yeah.
the main plot points that are supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, who's supposed to die? and
That's
who's not supposed to die.
depressing.
Well, have you seen
is
Jar Jar Martin?
I have, but that's just morbid.
Hey, he kills
I didn't wanna
characters
know
for
that.
fun.
Spoilers.
Tickles him.
Get out of here.
But okay, but what I was gonna say
All of you.
is I'm usually not the type of person to say, "Oh, the books are better," because I don't really read books. But Game of Thrones,
I only read the ones with pictures.
Yeah. Well, that is true. Comic books are the best kind of books because you can read
They're called
the pictures.
graphic
What about Dane
novels.
Coates?
Teen. what about Dan Brown and his epic detail?
Fuck Dan Brown.
But no, the books are excellent. Like if you
that tiny
if you
motherfucker.
love the show, like if you just like the show, you enjoy the show. All right, whatever, just watch the show. But if you love the show, if you just take the DVDs and just slowly rub them across your body, then read the books because the books are even better. And I never thought I would say that because I love the fucking show. Like I've rewatched all.
I don't think I would enjoy the
watched
books
the
as
first
much
episode
had it
rerun
not been for the
Daenerys.
show.
I completely agree because I had no idea who the fuck anybody was in the first book.
Like I don't have the kind of imagination to put this many
Yeah.
faces to this many
Yeah,
characters.
yeah, the books are impossible to read
And
without
then
the
here
show.
you are.
Because, yeah, it's like, because they don't just, because, okay, in the books, okay, there's a lot of characters in the show. When I first saw the show, I got characters confused. In the book, it's like, they'll bring up, like, Stannis, whose half-brother was this guy,
Yeah.
and this other guy, and this was his cousin. They'll go, like, his whole family tree just to get to, and he ate a crepe. And it's just like, and that crepe was forged in Dorne.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, they go, like, everything is in this insane
Game on a
detail.
boat.
And someone had to point out to me, I think in the fourth book, that some random character who's introduced in the prologue and dies shows up again at the end.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I'm like, oh, I couldn't. They called him like 5 names. I didn't know it was supposed to be the same guy.
Yeah. I read all this stuff like afterwards. I was just reading everything Game of Thrones, and they're like tying all these things together that you would never get unless you like reread these books like plenty of times. But that said, they're still great, and it was really funny because I started reading the sequel to Ender's Game afterwards, and you know, going from one writer to the next, I was just like, "Where's all the detail? I don't know what these guys are eating. I don't know where they're at, what color their eyes are.
How many wrinkles on his forehead?
yeah, like it's insane detail.
One thing I did not like about the fifth book, and I think he kind of did it in the fourth book, but he did it more in the fifth book.
for the watch.
I understood him killing a bunch of characters. Sorry, more spoilers after the Red Wedding.
Characters back in the book.
he even said he killed off. He even said he killed off so many characters so they'd have less to focus on. And then the fifth book, not only does he introduce more characters, instead of naming each chapter,
yeah.
Arya and then John, he names each chapter like their different nicknames. So when I get to the Unforgiven Prince, I'm like, who is this guy? Oh wait, this is the Wandering Knight from the. Why did you just call this chapter the Wandering Knight?
Yeah, you're like halfway through the chapter before you figure out who he's talking about. It's like, oh wait, now I got to reread.
Yeah.
So I can
Let me backtrack because I was putting the wrong person.
It's like
in
the
this.
frog.
I had the wrong wardrobe with this character.
That guy would never eat crepes. This is
Oh,
all
this is
wrong.
a woman. Damn it! Let me backtrack.
Right.
To expand on my fuck Dan Brown. So that's one of the problems with Dan Brown. Is Dan Brown started really good. Dan Brown was really good. His best books were Digital Fortress and Deception Point. My favorite Dan Brown book is Deception Point, and what he excels in is what made him like famous with Angels and Demons. Is his imagery, his ability to make these worlds and like make you understand what just a few words about what you're looking at, make you
Illuminati.
Yeah, exactly. Or just as like his attention to detail, things like that. But when when the Da Vinci Code and Lost Symbol came out, he went too far with that to the point where he was describing everything in detail to where at the end of the paragraph, I forgot what he was describing in the first place. I kept having to go back and be like, what was he describing? Oh, this. Well, it was in the middle of the paragraph where he actually lingered off and started talking about the other person.
Is he talking
I never
about a
saw it
McDonald's
or read
lunch?
it.
Huh?
I never saw the movies or read the books.
Dan Brown's books, they go really down. He made like two and a half good books.
Deception
As far as I'm
Point.
concerned, which is
the third one is the best.
the third one is always the best.
Best in the series.
Yeah.
Da Vinci Code 3.
The third X-Men is the best.
Those guys have nothing on Dr. Seuss and his imagery.
Dude, Hop
You're
on
not.
Pop.
You're not.
Hop on Pop was a classic, and I would defend that to the day I died.
And ham.
Damn,
Green eggs
one
and ham.
fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Come
Did a
on.
rapper just walk in
exactly.
here? Because those rhymes are impeccable.
He described... okay.
I would
This
not
doesn't
like
happen a lot.
them in a chair. I would not like them.
Anywhere!
I'm sorry.
Sons of bitches!
I gotta drop some knowledge on you. Okay, everyone knows Dr. Seuss wasn't his real name.
What?
But one thing that
Wait, don't
Well,
tell me he's
hot
not a
damn,
doctor.
was he a player?
But one thing is his name, Dr. Seuss, the way it's spelled, it's German. It's supposed to be Dr. Seuss because he wanted his name to rhyme with rejoice.
Oh.
Wow.
Dude, I feel
Who
like
would
a lot
want
of
that?
way
That's
to
just
screw it up,
silly.
America.
That's just silly.
Someone's joy was taken out of my childhood because of that. I swear.
Dan Brown described this guy
Well, he
tattooed
should-
down to his powerful member.
And he should
Like,
have.
what have the Germans ever done to the world that they would not let him have his German name? On that note, Louis commented. Because when I think Game of Thrones, I think of the parody theme song from South Park, Wiener, 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 Wiener. On that point, because I watched the first episode.
Oh, I get it now. Wiener, 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 wiener.
I've been trying to play that in my head since he made that comment. I was like, wiener, wiener, wiener,
I'm glad you said that 'cause I didn't get it.
Your the way you were saying
Tone
it made
deaf.
me think of the theme song. I was
okay.
like, okay, I get it now.
Wiener. The thing is, like, in South Park, they make fun of how, like, there's a lot of wiener in that show. There's not. Like,
There's
okay.
two.
I'm
There's-
sorry, read the books.
Yeah, but even more so,
Like
watch,
a wiener every paragraph.
watch Spartacus if you think you want a show with a lot of wiener. That show is that show is cock diesel.
Their beef was soft wiener. There was always a fluffy penis in there. It was never anything that was raging and proud and American.
See, it's funny you mention that because we also have Dr. Bacon on. But in the nerds group on Facebook, like they're satirical, like talking about like they need like more. There's too many flaccid penises when they actually show them. But it's like. Okay, when you get to erect, then you just go into like porn territory because are they gonna have?
That changes the rating, and
Yeah.
it'd be either NC-17 or an X rating.
But I mean, like.
But it is HBO.
But even if they didn't, like, don't you need like fluffers? Like, I mean, and I'm actually being like legitimate. Like that changes like the whole like dynamic of it. Like, are they gonna have like the extras, and they're just like, all right, here's your other job that you didn't know that you're signing up for. Is this like I don't know? I think it's like more based off of practicality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm open to
And
arguments.
I think they're successful enough that they can risk an NC-17 rating.
yeah. Oh yeah. Easily.
Although, why are we arguing the lack of penis on the show?
I've only seen 2 episodes.
just
I don't think I
5
saw any
hard
penis.
dicks.
Oh, Luis puts a very good counter argument with Viagra. Do you need fluffers anymore?
Well,
No,
I my
you don't.
new glasses. I read with vagina.
I actually
Where's it
read that
going?
first too. I had to reread it. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
With
I mean,
vagina,
it does.
The penis does get hard.
But that okay. Well, I guess my point is invalid. They're just being sexist, and the women that are
With
watching.
vaginas, you make the penetration.
No, yeah. If they were more like the book, people would really come down hard on them saying. They're
Oh, they would
sexist.
come down hard. All right.
Yeah. I see what you did there. We're nothing but comedy here, folks.
A failed attempt, definitely.
Hey, laugh is a laugh.
Smeg.
Smooth, Bob.
Oh God.
My timing is
Darth
horrible.
Vader in the next in the final Hobbit movie.
Oh, I heard about that.
He's just gonna force choke Smurg. Oh man, just to comment on that dragon, like that was my favorite part of the movie. Like Benedict Cumberbatch did a really good job,
Yeah.
and that dragon, like his lines, like I don't know if they're supposed to be comedic, but the way he delivered them just like had me chuckling. Cause
No, those are all his lines from The Hobbit.
Oh, are they? Okay,
Yeah.
well he just delivered them.
Yeah, he delivered them
smoothly.
perfectly. My claws, spears. My wings, a hurricane.
My wings will blot out the sun.
My breath, an inferno. Like those are.
My eyes.
They're not even funny, dude. Like, I fucking,
Rainbows.
Icebreakers cannot even quench my breath.
dude, not even jokingly. Like I fucking love those lines. Like they're just so fucking powerful. You know, like he's describing his prowess over. And his superiority over every kind of creature in the world, you know? Like, everything he does makes an effect on the world. Like, his wings are hurricane, his breath an
Go see if
inferno.
it's now.
Just living, he's describing himself as all these things, you know? He embodies all of these traits and all of these things from nature,
He was
you know
actually
what I
just
mean?
talking about himself. They didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't
yeah.
know they were recording.
yeah, he was.
He was just walking in the mirror, just like fixing his hair, fixing his scales.
Have you?
Yeah, he's looking himself in the.
He's like-
He's looking himself in the mirror.
Everything.
I love Sherlock. It's
Like
one of
my
my favorite
wings are
shows.
like a high.
He looks himself in the mirror. He goes, "Baby, you're a firework."
Come and let your fire burn.
Waiting to say that, haven't you?
I was.
Oh, I can see it now.
I'm gonna say it. It's like when he saw the movie, he's just like, how did they get this recording? Like, this was in my private room.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of
Yeah, all right, where's my check?
I'm a huge fan of the show Sherlock, so seeing Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch,
Yeah.
talk to each other,
Like
they have that synergy already. So
Every time I read his name, I kept reading Morgan Freeman. I don't think he's going to make a very good Hobbit.
I'm black.
That's the first time I ever saw Bilbo Baggins.
Unfortunately, none of the dwarves survived the night.
That was the first time I ever laid hands on Smeagol.
That's the 17th time Gandalf saved me with his magic. We should probably just lead with that instead of waiting until the tail end when our lives are in jeopardy.
Precious.
They should just dub over the entire movie with Morgan Freeman.
My precious.
Well, I have some news that I know will sadden everybody. It was a rumor that's been dispelled, and it breaks my heart. Denzel Washington is not going to play Green Lantern.
He's not going to be
Jon
Jon Stewart.
I'm glad he's not.
Oh,
I think he's a phenomenal actor, but he is not Jon Stewart.
Do you think he's too old to play Jon Stewart? Or
I wouldn't
think
even go
he's
so
too
far as say he's too
Denzel.
old.
What do you
I think?
think?
Yeah, I think he's too Denzel. I don't think he's the right fit.
he's too like
Yeah.
LOL punny. I think he would have been perfect. I think we would have got a great. I think if it was just Superman and Green Lantern, and he was like taking Superman on his first day of like training to be a superhero.
Oh my god! Yeah,
he's like, goddamn, Clark, I didn't know you like to get wet.
We'll see. He starts off as a good guy, he ends up being the bad guy trainer.
Dude, if Batman takes a puff, he goes, "My nigga," I will laugh so much. I will be so happy to see that scene.
At the end, he's gonna be like, "Doomsday ain't got shit on me."
And then he gets zapped back to the past.
Shoot program, 24-hour lockdown. I just think that they missed a huge opportunity that they're gonna cut the guy with that. Superman blasts with the eye lasers. You shot me. You fucking shot me.
I mean, you put it in that aspect. I want to see it now.
Yeah, I do too. See, on a serious note, I don't know if Denzel will take a backseat role to anybody in a movie.
That is true.
I feel like it would be about Denzel. That's the kind of actor he is. Very powerful. I feel like he'd be just like he would give a speech,
and it's
just
not
like,
that he's cocky, that he feels he should be away. He's just got that charisma.
He does. Like it would be like when he talks, like you just know, like
we got a
problem. This is the Green Lantern movie now.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the guy. Then you look at like Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, like they're great, but you just look at them and just like, Denzel Washington just has that aura. Yeah.
He's like, what have you done in any of your films that was better than my speech in Philadelphia?
We're gonna survive.
It's Superman versus Batman versus Denzel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like he's not even a character. He's just Denzel. Just sitting there with two guns.
I'm John Q.
I'm the Green Denzel.
He turns into like his character from Man on Fire. It's like, I have a kryptonite bomb in your ass, Superman. And there's only one regret I have. I wish you had more time.
Now tell me where Hal Jordan is.
yeah, tell me where Hal Jordan's buried.
I swear to God, I know nothing.
I don't know why he would sound like that.
I was thinking of the Mexican guy at the bottom of the bridge.
Instead of John Stewart, can he be John Q? Like he was in the movie John Q. My son will bury me.
At the end, he has like the ring to his head.
Eddie Griffin's like, "Come on, man, don't do it, man."
What's his name?
Eddie Griffin. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Yo, John Stewart, you're my hero. That's how we talk.
You're my hero, bro.
Okay. I want to see all these movies that we've described.
I'm done with these bad voiceovers.
Denzel, man.
So Warner Brothers, if you're listening, when you're done with Batman, Superman, give us the Superman movie we really want to see. Superman's Training Day, featuring Green Lantern.
Jose, if John Stewart was in there, would you have an actor to play him?
Oh, I was thinking about that since we started bringing it up. I can't really think of one. I don't think he's right. I think the closest one that I can think of so far is the guy who was the Old Spice guy for a while. I think he'd make it. I think he'd make a decent Jon Stewart.
Terry Crews?
She says she wants some James.
No, not Terry Crews. Oh no. Terry Crews is the big pink guy.
He's Steel, if anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
What about Terrence Howard? Because he's on Iron Man. No.
No.
Hey.
Just throwing it out there.
He can stick
Yeah.
to hustle and flow. I'm done
He
with
can stick to
Terrence
not being War
Forgot
Machine.
that was him.
Yeah.
I honestly would like to see Michael J. White.
I think he's too big.
I think
I
Michael
think
J.
he's
White.
more steel.
Michael.
I think he can slim. If Gal
look,
Gadot
look.
can beef up, he can slim down. He can cut down.
I think Michael
You
J.
know what
Christian Bale.
Denzel as? I don't know if you guys are
Bring me
familiar.
the
I see
clown.
Denzel as Mr. Terrific.
Just to give him some more acting chops or acting space or like something to work with, whatever. I think Michael J. White
something.
range to give him more range. I think Michael J. White could be a good Mr. Terrific.
I'm not sure who Mr. Terrific is.
That's what
He's supposed to be like the second or third greatest detective.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the DC
okay.
universe.
He gets
And
the
see, that's
bronze
why I see
medal for
Denzel more as him
detectives.
than Michael J.
You think so?
I think he would be a better Steel than Terry Crews.
Maybe.
Who?
Michael J. White.
I think he'd be an awesome Steel.
I think he'd be awesome
Not-
in anything
not
he does.
Shaquille
I think, yeah, maybe
Dude, I
Terry
wouldn't-
Crews would probably be
Steel
like too
too.
goofy or something.
I think that's why. I think that's why Jay was putting him in Steel's shoes because of the Shaq thing.
He wasn't really that goofy in the comics.
No, but like a lot of
Shaquille
his
O'Neal.
characters in movies are like overall goofy.
can act.
Have you not seen Everybody Hates
Hey, have you not
Shaquille
seen
O'Neal's a
Shazam?
horrible
He was a
actor.
great actor in that movie.
He barely made a 6-foot jump.
Have you not
saying
played?
Keanu Reeves can act? Whoa.
I said I liked The Matrix, man. Have you seen Point Break? That is an excellent film.
So
Come
he's
on.
going on the
Point
defensive.
Break.
What?
Wait, what?
I know you're not making fun of Point Break.
No, I'm just,
Rest in peace. Praise God, rest in peace.
I was not making fun. I love Point Break. It was just I didn't expect you to pull that movie out in defense of Keanu Reeves.
It's his go-to.
Dude, to me, the Keanu Reeves, it's The Matrix and Point Break. Like they're right.
Oh,
there.
definitely. Well, Bill and Ted is my favorite Keanu Reeves.
It is an excellent adventure.
Yeah.
Most excellent, dude.
What's your favorite color, son? 69.
You have a learning disability. That's not a color.
Did I say color?
Yeah.
I can't even talk.
Oh no, I thought that was actually the line.
Oh, was it? I don't remember. I can't even remember.
It fits
Oh
with
my
his
God.
character. He's
Oh my
like
God.
an airhead.
That was my fault.
No, you've delivered it perfectly. You set it up and knocked it out the
Little
park.
dude.
Luis got my back.
69.
I'll give you hearts.
Rufus.
Yeah.
Or agreeing with me, I'll give you
Yeah.
hearts.
But speaking of the DC movie universe, at one point they were talking about doing a Shazam movie, not with Shaquille O'Neal, and and to me, like, they had gold because I think Shazam, like, okay, a lot of people love Superman. I don't. I think he's boring. I think Shazam is a lot more interesting than Superman.
Definitely.
But apparently the reason why they never did it because he was too, like, his powers are too similar to Superman. So Superman is always overshadowed.
Well, he was
him.
a ripoff of Superman.
Yeah, apparently DC sued him back in the 30s, and they eventually acquired the character and
Yeah.
just folded him in.
Well, because I forget the comics company that owned them, but they went under. Cause they
Yeah,
just weren't
DC bought him
popular.
out.
Yeah,
they
DC bought-
sued him into death, into fresh death. But so apparently after Superman Returns, they were actually talking about making it, and it just sounded really interesting. And I think it would even work now because it's like,
Yeah, there was rumor about The Rock being Black Adam.
oh yes, that's right. Okay, that's where that came from.
Ugh.
The Scorpion King.
If you
Yeah, then
smell
that movie
what
came out and they're
Black
like,
Adam-
okay, yeah, let's not do
yeah,
this.
basically
Yeah.
scrap the entire
I hate
project.
them all.
I think Rock has more potential than most.
He's gotten better.
Yeah, I want
he's
to see the Rock
definitely
with
good.
that. I want to see the Rock with those ears.
No.
My thing is,
That alone.
No.
I props to the guy for doing it. I think he's too big for certain roles now.
Now,
No.
after Pain and Gain, out.
And I mean physically.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Holy
I
crap, he
understand.
is
He's
swole.
huge.
he can play Cyborg without the armor.
I thought because you told me about
His
the
neck
painting.
is thicker than my thigh.
Yeah, because you told me about the painting game, like how we got huge.
Yeah.
So I thought Hugh Jackman was huge, like training for Wolverine. So when Hugh Jackman trained for Wolverine, he uploaded like a picture to Twitter. It said, "If the bar ain't bending, you're just pretending." And he's like deadlifting some big ass thing. I was like, dude, this guy is. He's like, that's what he said. I was like, that's so badass. He's like, dude, Hugh Jackman is like ripped, and he's like. He was talking about that. We were talking about on a podcast previously about Pain and Gain and stuff. Look up The Rock, and he was a monster.
Yeah.
Like, it's all... Like watching Colossus or... Not even. Colossus is small compared to this guy.
Yeah.
He's a juggernaut.
God, yeah,
But
he's
he,
huge.
he literally
He's
looks
huge.
like the muscle magazines where the guys are roided up with like veins
Ooh.
popping out.
He's
Like,
got
he
neck,
looks-
dude. He's got neck.
It's gonna be Apocalypse.
yeah.
That's what he's training for.
Dude, I would love The Rock as Apocalypse, especially if he delivered like the lines from the animated series, but like The Rock style.
Do you smell what the apocalypse is cooking?
Give the apocalypse eyebrow.
Give me a life-size Galactus.
He just rock bottoms Colossus. I'm as far beyond mutants as they are beyond you.
It would be a rock bottom now. So it'd be the apocalypse now.
And it's like
boom.
he just like slams him through the core of the earth and just flies out the other end. Just dissipates into space and it becomes gravity. He says,
I don't know what's going on.
Gonna rock bottom the earth. Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, Shazam. I think it would be cool to get that movie.
I want to see Black Adam.
Who would you cast as
The Child.
Shazam?
Oh, it's Shazam
Or the child, yeah. Billy Batson.
Come back to me. I'm thinking.
Yeah, who do you
he's
think
not
for
even
Captain
familiar.
Marvel? Which, by the way, DC, I understand why he did it. I think it's a dumb move that you changed his name to Shazam. Stick to your guns.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's because the original Shazam died, which is like some old... I'm an old man on
No,
the
they
throne.
changed it. They changed it because when DC bought the company that made Captain Marvel, they decided not to make that book anymore. And then
Oh.
Marvel Comics came out with their own Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
when they brought him back and named the comic book Shazam, but the character was still Captain Marvel, people were confused on who was who.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
recently they just said, like, well, the comic book's called Shazam. Let's just change his
Well,
name
no,
to
but the
Shazam.
old guy that gave Billy Batson's powers, his name is Shazam.
Right,
He was
right.
like this old
and
wizard.
one thing I don't like about that, I haven't read any of the New 52, so I don't know if it still works this way.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way he changes is by saying Shazam.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when he introduces himself? You know, he's going to have to go, hi, I'm Shazam. Shazam!
There you go.
So
Maybe he'll just say, I'm Shazam. Finish it.
Shazam, comma, M. Something like that.
You know that bad movie Shaquille O'Neal did where he's the genie? Yeah, that's my name.
yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's Kazam.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, I thought it was Shazam as well. But I have my casting now. I'd pick the kid from Iron Man 3. And for Shazam, I would pick Liam McIntyre. Because if he can't be Batman, he's going to be Shazam, damn it.
I guess.
Liam McIntyre's the guy that played Spartacus.
Okay.
Wiener.
Okay.
The one that's not dead.
For the kid, I pick Bran from Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
I'm changing my pick to that one.
Okay, then.
'Cause anything Game of Thrones.
If they went that route, I think it would be best if they went a TV series. Because the movies take so long to make, and the children will grow.
Yeah.
Like they did with Harry
that's true.
Potter.
Yeah, that's why they
That's
should bring in
everything.
Haley Joel Osment.
I've never heard of Jaws.
Just save that like poor excuse of beard stubble.
I see superpowers. I'm sure that there's a good fit for Shazam now, but I'm still sticking with who I originally cast 4 or 5 years ago when I did my dream casting, Patrick Warburton. And he's the guy who played Putty on
Putty.
in Seinfeld.
Putty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Putty
he
King.
was the Tick
David
in
Putty.
the short-lived Tick series. And the reason I say like the guy's got a big build.
Yeah.
And
He does, but he's
he
kinda
can be
old.
intimidating. Yeah, exactly. He's kind of old now, but at the time, that's
At the
why.
time,
I was
yeah,
thinking- but he's also
Cusco.
the kind of
Right.
comedic
Cusco.
actor that you would relate
what I
to a
could do.
He's got
child.
a point.
So he could be an adult with a child's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see him pull off.
Oh
the
yeah,
wonder
yeah,
of being
totally.
a superhero.
Yeah. Whoa, this is great.
Oh, I'm
This is
huge.
awesome.
yeah.
Good point.
I could totally go to strip
good
clubs
pick,
now. It's
good
gonna be
pick.
great.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
Trying to figure out who that guy is, but everything you said sounds good.
Yeah, thanks. You weren't listening.
He plays Brock Sampson.
Okay, that's what I
yeah.
was thinking. Okay, well, there you go. You win. You win, buddy. You got the perfect casting.
I win the internet.
You got Bran and Brock Sampson. I'm
And
yours.
Joe from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you comic
got
guys
no
ask?
legs.
I want to ask for a quick question. Has nothing to do with anything. Who is the hero that's supposed to be like the most powerful hero in the Marvel universe? That's the Spectre guy. Not the Spectre.
Oh,
Spectre's
you mean
DC.
Is it the Spectre? Is that his name?
Spectre's DC.
No, he's talking about Sentry.
Sentry. The guy with the power of 1,000 suns.
fuck that
Why
dude.
is there not a movie of this guy? Isn't he like the most powerful?
because he's lame.
Because he's not the most popular.
Yeah. What is his story? Because I feel like
It's
he would at least be
stupid.
acknowledged in some way
Don't make me
as being the
explain
most
it.
powerful, as being like the most powerful person in the universe.
He
in that
is,
universe.
but he's like a really bad Superman.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, yeah, he may be great.
He
but
has the power of
if he's too
10,000
similar to
suns,
Superman, they're not going to do it.
which is
Okay.
like a drop in the hat to what Superman can do.
I've only
those
read the
suns.
part where he like rips Carnage in half after taking him out of.
Yeah.
That was pretty much
Rikers.
the only cool thing.
It's
he
pretty
did.
much did what like any high-level superhero should have done years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to help Spider-Man.
I was just
out.
wondering because I just
Hey,
so he's-
I see your rose gallery's a little high.
non-existent. To me, like the Sentry was almost like
Huh.
Trunks and DBZ. Like he comes in, kills Frieza, looks awesome,
Yeah.
and then just does nothing. That was literally the Sentry.
so good.
Wow.
Comes in, kills Carnage, and like I can't think of anything notable he's done. You know, he's just kind of there, just like, hey guys, I should be utilized, but you
Yeah,
guys made me too OP.
I feel like he would be more of use.
Well, here's a good example of like how pointless his character is. So when they made World War Hulk, you know, obviously Sentry's supposed to be the most powerful. Hulk is now like getting even more powerful than he's ever been, like just getting angrier and angrier, destroying the whole Marvel universe. You would think that the logical thing to defeat him would be the Sentry, but he doesn't because they wanted to have some other like ex machina, you know, thing to happen. But it's like they had to it's like when they do that, when they create these characters and they forget like how powerful they're supposed to be, and the writers aren't creative enough to actually utilize those powers. They just like either depower them, or they just like find some like not so clever way to write them out.
Some villain that can like cancel their power out momentarily.
It's just like, well, the Hulk punched him so hard he flew to the moon and he wasn't back for the battle in time. Like I don't remember what it was, but it was something stupid like that.
Wow.
Where it's just like, yeah, the Sentry's out for the count. We didn't really bother to explain it, but the Hulk is gonna smash some more.
The dude on the moon, what's his name?
Black Bolt.
Yeah, Black Bolt.
I want to hear you scream.
Yeah, the whole point of this guy is that. Okay, they're on the moon, so this guy screams the sheer impact. No matter how powerful Hulk is, he would just float off of the moon. He'd be off the atmosphere.
Okay, just for people that don't know, okay, so this is in World War Hulk. You know, he's fighting Black Adam, and Black Adam, like his whole thing, you know, like he's pretty much like a
Black Adam.
Black Bolt.
Okay, I'm like,
sorry, continuity error. I apologize.
You're mixing your company.
But you know, he's hanging out on the moon, just you know, whatever. What else you do on the moon but moonwalk? And the Hulk gets up there, and you know, so basically he's so powerful that a whisper could like just knock you like 100 feet. So he whispers at the Hulk, and the Hulk is like having to like shield himself from the sheer impact of his whisper. And then the Hulk makes this line to be all dramatic, like, "I want to hear you scream." But it's like, even if the scream didn't physically hurt him, it would still lift him off of the moon and send him into orbit.
A whisper made Hulk like try to move forward. So he's like, "I want to hear you scream." Yeah, that sounds cool. Like, I want to hear you scream. But if you scream,
the physics push
exactly,
him off the moon.
Even if like his talking voice, it would have just blown him off the moon. I just don't understand why they made Hulk so powerful in that fucking series.
Well, that was the thing. That was the entire point of it, just to make him insanely.
I know, yeah. That's just. I hated it.
It was a very.
They could have done it way better, yeah.
Just spoilers. Not that anyone cares. But the way that they decided to finally end it is they had like a satellite that like shot him with like some ray that didn't make any sense. Like they had to retcon it later. They're like, oh well, the ray that hit Hulk leached gamma radiation and that made him weak. And it was just like, yeah.
Isn't that supposed to make him stronger?
Yeah. It's like to go to the X-Men animated series is when Storm like blasts like Magneto with the lightning bolt. It's like, don't you know that electricity and magnetism are related? And he just gets like supercharged and his bow's out his chest.
Yeah, and then zaps it back at her.
Yeah, so just to answer your question, yeah, the Sentry is a terrible character who's poorly written, and there's no reason why they want to throw him in a movie because he's awful.
I understand.
and he's a question.
And he's
bad of a character.
Anything else?
I'll never ask another question ever.
Yeah, for shame. But that's pretty much all the topics we have. We have one more, but I didn't actually watch this. But apparently, there's a really cool Lara Croft fan film. I believe Agamemnon has actually
really
seen it.
cool.
Can we link it?
Yeah, we'll link it in the chat for those that haven't seen it. But I guess for those that have seen it, like if you've played the latest Tomb Raider game, like it seems I saw a few seconds of it. It sounds really bad, but is it kind of more in that vein where she's kind of the survivor and she's like kind of getting into that?
Okay, the premise is pretty bad.
I thought it was based like right off the game.
Sort of.
Well, that premise is
but
bad
I mean,
too.
it's just like it's like a loosely based off the game. Have you played the game?
No.
Okay.
Based off the graphic
It's
novel.
kind of like it's more or less inspired by the game. The acting isn't bad, but there's lots of plots. It's like first of all, like the villain guy, like he shoots two hostages and they're quote unquote Laura's friends, and they're like waiting for her. And the guy like bows up to the villain. The villain shoots her in the head, and the girl hostage does a really good cry, really convincing cry. But she's kind of annoying because she's very defiant, which I admire on the one hand, but then on the other hand, like, if I was the villain dude, I'd have shot her in the fucking kneecap. Like, you're really a real fucking nuisance. If I was like a real evil dude, like the dudes are in
You shoot her in the
Tomb Raider,
kneecap?
I would shoot her in
Make
the
her cry more?
Make her cry more. No, because the thing she's doing, she's being really fucking snooty. And she's like,
okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were arguing about
like she's gonna come back for us, you know. Like she's like so matter of fact. He was like, well, let her come. She's like, she's gonna kill all of you after like the other dude just died.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I watched it at work with the volume really low.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just like really snooty, and then she's got this kind of like you know how like what's her name, Aubrey Plaza has that really endearing like emo stare, like that.
I wouldn't say it's endearing, but yeah.
Well, to me it is because it's kind of it makes her kind of adorable to that sense, and this girl kind of does that, but you're just kind of like
you hate me so adorably.
Well, this girl does
adorable sometimes.
This girl does it the same way, but it's just like really like irritating.
Yeah,
it's just really jarring. It's just like, oh, if I was that dude, I'd have shot you in the face just enough to where you would live and it would hurt and you would shut up.
You just shoot like
I
a
would
bottom
feel
lip
more
off.
comfortable hearing her like moans of pain. Like that would bring me joy if I was that villain dude.
Wow,
that escalated.
But he lets her talk and like badmouth him after he just killed like her guy friend.
Yeah.
And she's still like, you know, she has the strength.
That wasn't her dad?
I don't know if it was her dad. I don't know. Because it doesn't really say. He's just
really
like, what are you going to do? Kill us? And then he kills him and the girl's like,
Well, yes, I am.
Dude, she's like,
I'm rethinking my choice of words.
Yes, I am the heel of the
she
story.
does. Yeah, you would think that would send a message, but this girl like bows up even more. It's like she's gonna come after us, and she's totally gonna kill you, like Totes McGoats. And then so he's just they just look at her and like let her come, and then like Laura, quote unquote Laura goes around and she's like killing dudes. The other thing I hate is stormtrooper syndrome. Like these dudes are like shooting.
That
They're
was
just like
crap.
Like these dudes are like savages. They're, like
And
if
she's
they got
getting them
guns
on her first shot each.
Yeah.
there's like a point where like she's literally like pop, dead, pop,
yeah.
dead, pop, dead.
Walking Dead headshot style.
Yeah. It's
She's no
ridiculous,
Daryl Dixon.
but the action is incredibly choreographed.
Yeah.
It is excellent, and like that's the only reason you need to watch it. But I was like the acting,
Watch it with the volume down.
like pissed me off. And the girl like bows up, and then the dude's just like the villain dude. He's just like taking it. It's just like you're a shitty villain. Like no one should be afraid of you or your henchmen, as terrible as you guys are. Like he just like emanated incompetence.
Maybe he was a masochist. He's like,
So
yeah,
it was.
talk bad.
It just
about
made
me.
it
He's too
easy
busy
to.
monologuing.
It just
happens,
it just made it a no-brainer to like root for Laura to prevail, you know. But it's like to me, I like that conflict where like God, like I want to hate the villain because he's so evil.
I felt
and
that
I was
way
just
for
like
Avatar.
yeah, and
I like the villain more than I like the good
yeah,
guys.
exactly. Or like Ninja Turtles 2, like the police chief guy.
Yeah.
Just the way he acts, just like man, I hate that dude. He's incredible at making me hate him. Like that's to me, that's
Joffrey syndrome.
That's a good, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Joffrey syndrome. That's a, like when you hate a villain to the point to where you even hate the actor that portrays them. Like that job well done.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're just like, wow, you're making it easy to like her because you suck at being a villain, or whoever wrote it made you suck and you have nothing to work with. You know. So
Well, I think no, you're absolutely right, but I think it was just written to show off some.
it was written to show off, but I
yeah.
just like it was like, you know, it's great. I get it. It's a fan film, but it's got pretty high production quality.
Yeah.
That's
And-
normally what
and-
happens with.
And one thing, I applaud them for
usually
taking
like
a
one or
risk,
the
and
other.
apparently it wasn't exactly how it went by the book for the game.
Yeah.
I applaud them for that because I haven't seen the sequel, but there was a Last of Us fan film where they basically reenact line for line scenes from the game, and I thought it was crap. I wanted to like it because of how much I love Last of Us, but watching that, I'm like, you're not giving half the performance that these voice actors who did motion capture acting for it. You're not giving half the performance they did.
should've
And
got
so,
Bill
you know,
Page.
it's a.
And that was the thing with like The Last of Us has a lot of cinematic prowess to it. So it's like, okay, if you're gonna make a fan film,
Do something
you're
different.
gonna have to give me like some Francis Ford Coppola like level.
Give me something of give me like something along the lines of what you thought might have happened between scenes.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
give me straight from the game because you're not
Yeah.
going to live up to those standards.
Exactly. And that was the perfect thing with this because like like visually it's Laura, but even in the credits it's like Hero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then at the end, like the girl that gets saved Because you know how it all ends.
Is it kind of like Dirty Laundry, where like they don't want to say that it's
exactly.
legal reasons?
But at the end, like
Dirty
this
Laundry,
this dude flying in a helicopter sees that survivor girl and like, are you the only one? He's like, yeah. It's like, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine. It's like, you have any friends? She's like, no, nobody with me. It's just me. It's like, what's your name? And then she has that weird, like, she looks up with that annoying Aubrey Plaza look. Like, you're not Aubrey Plaza. Stop trying to make that look.
I should have called her Lana Croft.
Yeah. No. Then she goes, Laura. I was like, wait, you're Laura? What? Yeah.
Okay, now that Now,
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You know, if I would have watched it with the volume on, I might have.
The
a different
hostage
story.
girl's name is Laura.
Oh, okay.
So the hero that's Laura, we don't know her name because I guess it's not Laura, and if it is, then it's. I'm sure like when they were on the ship, it was hard.
Maybe
like, hey Laura, and they're both like, yeah.
They're all named Laura, even the guys.
No, I think her name was Drake.
First name greatest, last name.
Natalia Drake.
Oh God, the ground is falling again.
But I highly recommend it. You know, critique it yourself. The acting's bad in my opinion, but the girl playing Laura is great. And all the henchmen make for great fodder as well.
and because it was mentioned, if you haven't seen it, look up Dirty Laundry on YouTube.
Yeah, Dirty Laundry's really good.
It's
To make
Who
sure
are
you find
you?
the right one, it's a little fan film about a comic book character.
Yeah, they're like, who are you? He's like, I'm Thomas Jane.
Yeah, that should be enough
just
right
the guy
there.
doing some
And if I'm
laundry.
not mistaken, Thomas Jane, like he basically got
Oh,
his friends together and did
Yeah.
it on his money.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really great envisioning of that character.
Yeah, definitely.
Surprised Tim Bradstreet didn't do like some art for it or
That would've
anything.
been awesome.
Yeah.
Did he actually end up getting his laundry cleaned?
Yeah, I think so. It was like a shirt.
He helped somebody else take out their dirty.
No, that's right. He gave away the shirt.
Yeah. And then you see, and then it's like the Punisher.
He helped a lovely girl take out her dirty laundry.
Oh,
Grande won't clean pants too.
it's a metaphor.
He was like, "Here you go. Sorry about the extra starch."
I guess that's all we got.
That is all. I don't know. It's funny because like this is the last or the second 2-hour long episode that we done. We've been trying to keep it to an hour, but it feels like when we go 2 hours, it feels like it doesn't. It feels like time is just flow, and it doesn't feel like 2 hours has passed. Because that's how much I love podcasting with you guys.
Aww.
It's definitely.
Thank you for
easier
picking
when
that
it
up
goes-
because no one was just.
Now it's
Come
time
on,
for
The feeling's mutual.
Yeah.
Liberty Mutual.
It's been time.
Sponsor.
But yeah.
Yeah, no sponsors here.
Not by Liberty Mutual.
But yeah, if you want to check
I
us out,
wish.
we're on Punching the Walls Reality for those of you that are listening live.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends and tell their friends. If you don't have friends, hire somebody. Just pay them to listen. Just,
You can
don't.
follow
And
us.
if you're in the Facebook group that I'm one of the admins for, the Nerds, Geeks, Dorks, etc., advertise for these guys on their behalf. Tell all the other NG Deviants that you listen to this podcast, and it's great because these guys don't have enough listeners. And being an admin, I'm gonna try to help pimp them out a little bit more. These guys are great, so thank
Really
you guys for
appreciate that.
listening.
and if you don't listen, pretend like you do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just put it
can't
on
tell.
play and put it on mute.
Politicians
That way
do
we'll at
it.
least we'll still get the
And just go on with your
They
day.
pretend to read bills.
I don't even pretend anymore.
No, there was even one where the guy was like,
I'm not reading that shit.
This bill is too damn long. I will not read it. It is 1,000 pages. I do not have a month to read this.
Another one where he just
And then
drops in.
Bill
and
Clinton
he's like,
walks
"Oh."
in and says, "Hillary didn't think it was too long."
But,
fact, it wasn't enough.
That's why I had to share it. But you can also find us on iTunes. If you listen there, be sure to leave a comment. We have one comment, so if we could get up to 2.
2 years dated.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's plenty of ways to listen. We're also on Stitcher, which I just recently
What is that?
exactly.
More importantly, we're on Spreaker through the 4-Eyed Radio Network.
More importantly, we're on Mixler.
Yeah.
More importantly, they're on iTunes.
Mixer's easier because we actually have a small fan base. We have a handful of listeners. Namely, we have Rachel and we have Louise.
Who doesn't look like she's listening tonight, so I'm gonna call her out
Well,
on
she
that.
showed her in the. She's
think
just
she
not
was.
active.
She
Well,
hasn't
she
said
was on
anything.
there. I guess she went to sleep, but
Yeah, she had sent me a message about something.
Because she was supposed to be at my house doing laundry. I'm like, oh, dang,
Dirty laundry?
They're gonna break my washing machine again.
again,
Yeah, her and her husband broke my washing machine. I was
Are you
like,
sure they're
really?
doing laundry?
Yeah.
was it all the cat dander?
That's what
Thomas
they call
Jane
it
showed
now.
up.
Yeah, right. Let's make a porno.
I'm hung.
Garian.
No, he did a show called Hung where he was the dude with the huge dick.
Yeah.
It was HBO.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen a movie called Thursday? Tom Jane.
No.
It's a Tom Jane and Aaron Eckhart. It's a movie called Thursday, and it's really really good. Oh, sorry, I was just like moving it towards me.
No, you're loud. You're good.
Are you talking about Thomas Jane's?
No,
Of course not.
Does it hang low? Can you tie it?
There's
up?
an old Thomas Jane, Aaron Eckhart movie. It's about like basically at this point, Thomas Jane is like a retired like gangster, and Aaron Eckhart is one of his old buddies from that life that comes over and needs a favor.
Wow, okay.
Comes over to his house on a regular Thursday, like with his family. And his family, his kid went to school, his wife went to work, and it's basically just him at home. And Aaron Eckhart shows up, and it just starts the whole movie like right there. He just gets him into something. I need a favor, and it's one of those types of movies, So it's called Thursday because it just takes place on a Thursday, and it's pretty cool. I'd recommend it. Yeah, it's exactly pretty much what it is. So yeah, one of his old buddies from his past life just comes and bothers him on a Thursday. Yeah. You got shit going on.
Hey, Day-Day, how'd you get fired on your day off?
They asked Thomas Jane for sugar for the Kool-Aid that they were making.
Man, you ain't got nothing. Ham, no burger, peanut butter, no jelly. Did he say that is the longest day of his life?
Yeah, he did. Jack Bauer showed up.
Boop.
Anyways, follow us on Twitter at PTWOR.
Check us out on Facebook as well. Like us, we're gonna be doing a giveaway soon for the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
So check that out. Obviously, Dark Knight, best of the series.
Dark Knight Rises, best of the three. Yeah.
Yeah, best of the three. But yeah, we're gonna be giving that away on Blu-ray. Once Amazon decides to send his drones over and get it to my house. But yeah, we really appreciate all the listeners. Again, Luis, Melanie usually listens. Rachel, Ace Nova listened as well this time.
And Kelly
Justin, Kelly Nova.
Make sure to check them out on YouNow.
Yeah, and also on word-girls.com.
Yeah.
The hyphen is important. It's everything.
It's always important.
But I know it's been a lot of fun. Tune in next year. We're going to probably be adding some new features. Just doing a lot with the website. Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
New toys to play with.
Yeah.
It's never your dildo. It's only a dildo. You never give ownership of the dildo. And with that, I'm Prometheus.
I'm Bobby Beetle.
I'm Fuzzy Slippers.
Say it again.
I am Fuzzy Slippers.
I'm Agamemnon.
And I'm Dr. Bacon.
And this has been Straight
Outta Austin!
Yeah! New Year's Eve edition! Oh yeah!
Smeg.
1999, here we come.
Yeah, we're gonna party like it's 1999 again.